Quake 5.
It's on the board. Has to be true.
Right? No,
Yeah.
We're
What if
hoping
it's just Quake?
What if it's just that's fine too?
Yes.
Probably what they would do,
That's
right?
probably
That is
yeah.
preferable.
I would love to see a new Quake game. We are here in the run-up to Bethesda for E3 2016. Their press conference is going to kick off in a little under half an hour, by the looks of things. Though I think they may have started a slightly late with their pre-show.
Heard there's a line outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blink 182 is a popular act.
Yes,
Are they playing the Bethesda thing?
they are. Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
During the thing or like afterwards? for the live?
My
somewhere in the
understanding is that
mix.
it will be streamed, so maybe
So I
at,
guess
the
we're
end, at
commentating-
the end we will check out the new Blink 182 lineup.
Without
Right.
Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
Do they smoke weed?
Well,
No.
I mean,
Maybe,
no
yeah.
one's stopping them.
you gotta
Yeah.
let the music speak for itself, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they ska?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Wait, are you actually asking that question?
Yes, he is.
I don't know.
Austin Walker and Dan Reichert are here with me.
Hi.
Alex Navarro, Vinny Caravella, Brad Shoemaker here.
Hi.
I'm
Hello.
Jeff Gersman. Hello.
The Blink 182.
The
of
Blink
video
182
games.
of video games. That's right.
We've been called worse.
Yeah, we've definitely been called. Look,
Yeah.
I don't dislike Blink 182.
What's your
They had
favorite?
some
What's,
albums.
what's your favorite?
What's it, I like the hits mostly.
All right.
That song. Oh no, that's Boxcar Racer.
Isn't Travis Barker like a pretty respected drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you do drum stuff.
And
You like-
musician
Okay.
man.
He's a
Like,
very good
he
drummer.
does. He got
the
into
former
a bunch of different-
Aquabad.
He was,
Okay.
wait, he was in
Was
the
he?
Aquabats?
Yes,
know
he was
that.
originally in the Aquabats.
Now that is a ska.
That, yeah.
Okay.
Let me tell you about some ska.
Yeah.
Aquabats.
Ska has to have horns. Blink 182 does not have horns,
that's
right?
that's a position you could definitely take because the
Okay.
ska has
There
to have
are ska
horns.
bands
If
that
you
do
want to
not
be a
have
bit of
it.
a purist, I'm with you, man. Ska has to have horns.
That's what I would say.
In general, I think
Other
that is
side
the
of the
preferred
table?
method. Yeah, I think horns are the preferred method.
Does the saxophone count?
That's a
That's
horn.
a horn.
I thought it was just all about the downbeat.
So was James Brown
Yeah,
ska?
I mean,
he had a
that's,
bunch of
you know.
horns.
Not everything.
Yes.
Yes.
Not every
Yes.
James just celebrated
All
ska
ska has
artist
horns,
James
not
Brown.
all horns are ska.
Miles
Okay,
Davis, big
okay.
ska.
Yeah?
Big ska.
That guy was a hell of
James
ska.
Brown isn't, but Skames Brown is.
Good.
James Brown, the Godfather.
I'm going
of
to get
ska.
up from this table,
Yeah,
and
get
I'm
up.
never coming
Pick it up.
back. I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah. Pick up the table.
Pick it up.
Bethesda, the finest video games of the Ocean State.
That's right.
Maryland?
Cal Ripken
Yeah.
Jr. on the board of directors of ZeniMax, so you know they mean business.
Full disclosure. I think
Full disclosure, Les Moonves is as
also
well.
Moonves, yes.
Head
On
of
the board
the
of
CBS Corporation.
Hi, Uncle Les.
Robert Altman.
Robert Altman.
Yes,
Yeah.
I knew there was a
The
director. and I
board of
couldn't think
directors
who it was.
for the ZeniMax, for the Bethesda parent
deep
company is
roster.
strange.
What else?
Is strange.
What does ZeniMax do besides games?
You don't want to
Offshore
know.
drilling.
Yeah. Fracking.
Shit, you
They'll
don't
kill
want
a
to
guy.
Did you play?
Industrial evil. I don't know.
Did you
Yeah.
play Doom?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. Doom is a
they're fracking hell.
documentary.
Doom
An interactive.
They're fracking for hell.
Doom is a cautionary tale.
Is ZeniMax ska?
Yes.
Somebody,
Yes,
somebody
They all
brought the
play
cameras
Yeah, they
into
all
a-
have devil horns.
Oh, okay.
Somebody brought the cameras into a ZeniMax boardroom and Doom was made.
Oh,
That's
okay.
basically what happened.
Wow.
And
That robot runs Cinemax,
yeah,
actually.
and a fantastic game. So I say,
Yeah, more of that,
Keep
please.
keep going with that because that is Bethesda on
I'm
on
tier 2.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah, good going.
Yeah, thanks.
So what are we expecting? Like some lists leaked out, or leaked out, but some rumored lists of games here. It seems like this Skyrim remaster thing is almost definitely happening from the looks of things,
Which is weird.
which is weird.
I guess it's not that weird, right? Because that's not on Xbox One or PS4, right?
It's not.
No.
And that game will sell
And it was
a million
broken on the
copies.
PS3.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
And they just rolled out console mods.
I think the mods have
Right.
to be
The-
the real
yeah.
actual priority
Yeah.
there, especially if they're still in the back of their minds building toward a future where they start charging for mods.
sure.
Right.
They
Yep.
got to get that stuff up and
I
running
just
on consoles.
feel like, on some level, like Fallout 4 performed so poorly on consoles that the idea of putting out another one of those onto these consoles without
Yeah,
having
but-
kind of addressed that stuff
it's
a
an
little
old
better.
game, though.
Especially if that's the one that works, though. Like if that one
yeah,
works.
it's an old
It's an
game,
old
maybe,
game
maybe
and-
but there are probably hectic areas in that game that
Yeah.
would, if they remastered it properly, would still bog down.
Maybe nothing is as dense as like
Oh.
downtown Boston, though.
I mean, I'm not expecting any actual remastering. Like,
Okay.
I think it's just going to be high res.
It already is pretty high res. I have it on the PC.
I assume they're just porting the PC version and adding mods.
It's a higher
Load times
reser.
are pretty bad.
That's
last
my guess.
Generation.
But who knows?
That would well,
We'll see.
I'll say that'd be disappointing, but
Maybe they're doing
I'm
more to it.
largely indifferent about that as
This sounds like free money to me.
Yep, it sounds like some work that they did
Yeah.
in the ramp up to getting Fallout 4 running
Yep.
to get used to working on those consoles
Yep.
that they just kind of finish up.
Might as well go all the way.
Put out.
Yeah.
Is Elder Scrolls Online still a thing?
Yeah,
It is,
yeah,
it is.
They
Is it doing
release
well?
updates. Like
Supposed to be.
I think it's probably doing okay.
Is it free to play now?
Yeah.
They did the Old Republic
And
thing?
since they
Yeah.
have done that, I think it has maintained a
Well,
pretty steady
is it
audience.
free to play or I don't? I think you still have to
think
buy the game,
consoles-
but there's no subscription anymore.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay.
There was like a premium thing where you get bonus currency or something, probably, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't think you. I don't think you can just go download the game for free.
Right.
I think
Okay.
they're phase one of their transition, where they went from, well, if people are going to buy it for $60, we'll happily sell it to them, to, well, if you buy the game, then we won't charge you the monthly, to somewhere down the line, which maybe they'll announce. They can
we'll see.
be like, just download it, and then give us money for crowns that you then use to buy the Dark Brotherhood quests, which I think is the last
Okay.
thing they released.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
That worked well for Old Republic, didn't it? Because I remember there was a lot of stuff
Yes,
right after
yeah.
it came out where people just did not like
Yeah,
it. But
the
they,
transition to free did really well for them. That for the Old Republic, absolutely.
So what else?
Yeah, what else do they have in their catalog?
Prey
Dishonored
2 has been
Prey
going on. Yes,
2.
Dishonored 2 is 100%
Yeah.
happening. Yeah,
Prey
2.
But a different one than the one that got me excited all those years ago.
Yeah.
That was how it went with Prey. Why wouldn't it go this way with Prey 2?
Sure.
So
That is true.
I think that's a possibility. There was some talk that maybe that they'd split up.
Yeah, it was 3D Realms making Prey, right?
At some
And they
point.
dropped it, and then Human Head came in and
Right.
made Prey.
Yeah.
And then Human Head started making Prey 2, and then they got off of it. So now it's time for.
Yeah, time for someone else
And
to pick up
rumors,
the pieces.
Arcane Austin,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
were they the? God, what was that game? Where you play as Death?
We talked Darksiders?
Darksiders. What happened to that
No.
studio? I know they were awesome.
They
and something happened to
Chronos
them.
for the Oculus Rift was made by some of
Right,
those people.
yeah.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the studio might have some people from
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
From,
might.
whoever the developer was.
There's
see.
talk of an Evil Within sequel,
Evil Within
possibly. It was
2
on one of those lists.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, they bought Tango GameWorks.
Yeah.
They bought that
Yeah.
studio, so that
Yeah.
studio would have to be working on something.
Yeah.
Right.
I
That's a game you could churn out in 2 years.
That game was not irredeemable. They could make a better version of
But
that.
is anyone like really into Evil Within?
No,
Like
I-
everyone's just
yeah.
kind of like,
There are some
it's
people-
fine.
if you look at it in terms of like Resident Evil's kind of not on the skids, but not has seen better days.
Sure.
Like maybe you let the creator of it get a second crack at taking all that money.
Yeah.
Sure. While Capcom is kind of going
maybe-
through what Capcom's going through.
Maybe it just did well enough to warrant a sequel.
Sure, that's also totally possible. I guess I don't know how many people got tricked into buying that thing.
Doom
Rage.
DLC?
Doom DLC,
Yeah.
they sold a
Rage.
season pass for that. They haven't.
Multiplayer?
Yeah, yes, I believe it would be multiplayer focused.
Such a
I want an
bummer.
expansion pack.
Yeah.
What would you expand?
A 4th episode. I want episode 4 of Doom.
All right, you want Ultimate
Yep,
Doom?
Yep.
Yeah.
I want thy flesh consumed.
Oh man, if they just called that Ultimate,
Yes. I know. If they put out a product called Ultimate Doom.
I'm in.
I know.
I'm in. If they do a Game of the Year edition of that game, they need to call it Ultimate Doom.
Yep. If anybody from Bethesda is watching.
They're not.
seems
They're
like they're
all
like-
they're all
Yes.
freaking out. They have a press conference starting in a few minutes.
If anyone from Bethesda is watching, get back to work.
Yeah, exactly. No, they have an intern out monitoring streams. Go, are they talking shit about us? You go watch and find out. You report back.
What if they do like a Fallout shelter, but for that corporation in Doom, where you
Okay.
have to manage
Yes.
all your like,
Yes.
Yes.
That would be
It's
really
a
great.
tapper game.
I want to manage my Argent Energy production
Yeah.
facility.
You have to move people up the tiers to get
Okay.
them.
What
to,
if it was just an idle game where you
Yes.
are harvesting Argent Energy from hell?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to
And, like,
send packets over.
Okay.
To
Yeah.
Making sure there's an adequate but not excessive amount of demonic activity.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If it gets to be too much, then
Doom
right.
guy shows up.
yeah.
That's no
Shut
good.
down.
And
your
nobody
station
wants
if you're about
that.
to die.
These are all things I would be more excited about than a remastered Skyrim, and I like Skyrim just fine.
Yeah.
But,
I liked all the hours I already put into Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the hours.
Yeah.
by the end of that game, I think that's where I kind of hit my wall with that style of game from that studio. Was around the end of Skyrim. I was like, man, I don't know that I want to do this again. And then Fallout came along. I was like, you know what? I do want to do this again. And then I was like, actually, I think I was probably right with the way this game went. Like,
Yeah.
They've spoken recently about like doing some stuff that's like different than the style of game that they've done before, but still in scale. And my guess is none of that is anywhere near ready. But,
Probably not.
But it would be nice to get a glimmer of what that means
Yeah.
from them.
And I would, I would wonder if Elder Scrolls Online is kind of an ongoing thing for them, then that kind of checks the box of having an Elder Scrolls game to the point where you wouldn't want to announce a new one that would then pull focus away from this game.
I mean, that could be their big thing next year. If they're going to do this every year.
I would think
yeah,
even
yeah.
like a couple of years down the road for one of those, especially if they're putting out a remaster and they want to keep going with Fallout.
I don't think it's
perpetuity.
I don't think they'll announce a new game from that studio.
Skyrim to Fallout 4.
But if they did, I would think it would be something new.
Yeah.
That would be my initial guess, depending on how long it takes for
And
them
that
to
would
get
be
there.
exciting. I think like that would I know there's varying degrees of burnout of the Bethesda style of big RPG here at this table. But I could imagine like them saying, here's a new world where it's not just going to be checking the boxes that you've checked.
If they made, say, a new Burnout game,
instance,
as you just alluded to, I would be very excited about
Impossible.
that. Todd Howard driving game. Think about it. That'd probably be great.
I'm not saying I wouldn't want.
Except you'd hit the weight limit and the car would go all slow.
Yeah.
Real
Take a
bummer.
tire
Be a
out.
real bummer.
What
And then there's Battlecry, which is that game that kind of went dark since E3 last year. So apparently, someone wrote to me after the podcast. We kind of were wondering what was up with that game. I guess Battlecry Studios, makers of theoretical developers of Battlecry, did some work on Doom.
Oh.
So
Maybe that's why they went dark for a bit, because they were helping to finish that up.
Yeah, maybe they got called in to make Doom go.
Doom is a well-designed game.
It is.
Yeah.
That is a very well. Like when I play that game, I beat it before I came out here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I just think like this is a game that's designed by people who understand how games are made. Like
And
the
specifically,
lighting,
like
the pathing,
they understand a lot of things about Doom in a way that I'd never even really think about Doom. But watching that, like playing through that game, made me think about Doom in a way that I hadn't in a very long time.
like what makes a Doom.
yeah, what
game.
makes Doom Doom?
Well, on top of that, it's a game that is not afraid to advance that somewhat. You know, I mean,
Definitely.
it plays to the legacy, but at the same time, like it is so much its own thing. And
Yes.
it's why I like it honestly better than most anything else I've ever played in the Doom universe.
I think I might agree.
I didn't grow up a Doom fan the way a lot of other people at this table did, but this one got me real bad from the get-go.
It's just so. It's a beautiful game. It plays so well. It looks great. It is so well balanced between how you have to play it and how the items and the
very
glory
well
kills
tuned.
and just the thing. Yeah, just the the tuning, the feel of it.
Just the tone. they really nailed.
The writing is so incredible.
It knows
like,
exactly what kind of game it is. And
Yeah.
doesn't try
Yes.
to pretend to be
Yeah,
anything
the
else.
multiplayer is unfortunate because it's it's pretty boring.
But that's the thing, is like that's the worst you can say about it, is that it does not live up anywhere near to the level of that single player campaign.
Right.
Like it is fine. It is functional multiplayer.
And so that's becomes like as I started saying like, man, they need to make a new Quake. Actually, that is
Maybe
scary the same way a new Doom was.
Right.
But even scarier when you look at Doom's multiplayer and go like, well, I don't know if I want the crew that worked on this, certain like all the different studios that contributed to Doom multiplayer, making a Quake multiplayer game, because I just don't get the impression that they nailed that the way that the campaign designers nailed the single player portion
Right.
of Doom.
Well, like what would you? Because like when you talk about like Doom single player, we had a pretty clear understanding of like some of the broad ideas. Like it's fast, you're dodging projectiles.
Yeah.
Health is a concern.
Key cards.
Key cards. And these are secrets. Like, and they hit those things in Doom.
Yeah.
What do you think are the distinguishing characteristics then of like Quake single player?
Like everything that mattered about Quake was in the multiplayer.
Right,
Like
that's the thing.
Like the single player in that game is okay, but it's kind of a mess,
Well,
aesthetically and like.
Yeah, aesthetically it's a mess, but but at the same time, like it's an expansion on Doom. You're getting keys to open doors.
Yeah, it's the same
And
stuff.
because you can have things on top of other things in this engine, it actually. So I just played through episode 1 of Quake like 2 weeks ago.
Like you do.
And the thing I noticed when playing it is like, oh, when you play Doom and you see these areas where you're kind of crisscrossing and not doing backtracking, like you find a key and then a door opens that takes you back to where you need to use that key to get around all of the stuff that you just did. All of that stuff is totally in Doom.
Okay.
So like the things that you would want out of Quake single player, which again is not the big draw in Quake, is that stuff's already in Doom. So then like Quake just purely becomes how do you nail that multiplayer?
Yeah.
And also, like, when I think about my time with Quake and Quake 2 and Quake 3, it was the mod scene. It was people coming up with inventive new modes and options and all of the other stuff that Bethesda very much prevented from going into the new Doom game. Snap Map is cool, and it's an amazing thing for people playing on a console where they wouldn't normally have access to that kind of tool set.
But there's no level lord
But
of
yeah,
Snap
there's
Map.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, there's no. You can only take that stuff so far.
Level
checked it
lord is the
recently?
level lord.
I have not, and I know that there is some scripting you can do there to kind of build different modes. And,
Somebody made a MOBA.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Of course,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be quite good.
Is it a MOBA based on 1-1 from Super Mario Brothers?
Yes.
So just like get it all together
Quite
in
so.
one thing.
So what else?
Speaking of old shooters, Wolfenstein.
Oh,
yeah.
Talk,
right.
Yes.
talk of a new Wolfenstein game.
There's room to explore that universe some more.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't like the Old Blood
Although-
that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
thought
didn't
that like
play
with their kind of standalone
I like that.
It-
That was
Old
pretty
Blood
good.
thing, like
It felt to me like just a tossed off thing as opposed to the fully fleshed out experience that that the New Order was.
It felt
Right.
like two different DLCs kind of stitched together and put out because the one was the like prison stealthy thing and the other one was like the zombie
Yeah, I
thing.
I
you
think
know?
Wasn't that
I think they
exactly
said
what
that's
it was?
exactly what it
Yeah.
was. Like,
Yeah.
They
had
straight up
two-
say that?
I think that was.
I think they had
yeah.
two things that they just combined.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and made it a standalone joint.
and there were pieces of the story that were okay, but it didn't feel like it had the same amount of impact that the New Order did. And I think that if they were to dig into that in a much more significant way, there is more of that I would like to play.
Yeah, that was a cool game. It didn't grab me. Certainly not the same way Doom did.
Yeah.
Right.
But that thing is definitely well made. I just when I think about a sequel to that game though, I don't know.
Yeah, with the jump forward in time, I mean that game took place in the '60s.
Speaking of
right?
Wolfenstein.
It's like
Yeah.
the alternate history.
Jimi Hendrix is in it.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like I
So-
don't know where you go from there.
Like, what if you just straight up took it even further?
1970s.
Right.
Here's the
Doom
80s,
with
you know?
Nazis?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
kinda
cocaine
80s
and Nazis,
Yeah.
the 1970s.
It's like Vice City with Nazis.
Boogie Nights, but
Yeah,
Dave Blazkowicz.
Boogie Nights,
Okay.
but with
Nazis.
Nazis.
Okay.
Boogie Nazis.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Think about it. That's where the money's made. All right. Turn this stream off. We've got too many good video game ideas.
Let's go start a studio.
stop streaming
Yeah.
this right now.
We're too busy making games now to do any of this stuff.
Did that Elder Scrolls card game ever come out?
Scroll is...
No, wait, 'cause it wasn't
It wasn't
Scrolls.
Scrolls,
Scrolls
but
is-
I think
They
they
had that
it's
in the
Elder...
name somehow.
I'm going to look that
Scrolls,
up.
Elder
I
Scrolls.
think it did come out, and I remember seeing people... I remember seeing that people were pretty underwhelmed by Elder Scrolls Legends.
Okay.
It's no Gwent.
Which... It's okay. They just have a join the beta button on their
okay.
website. But I do want to say that people have been playing it. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw people saying like, "Oh yeah,
Because that to me seems like the sort of thing that could be like, hey, it's out right now. If they wanted to do that Fallout Shelter thing again, or
Yeah.
something else. I don't know.
yeah." They were writing their community people were writing things about that game as of the end of April of this year. So yeah, they've got. They even have stuff from this month, like here
So it's
are
active.
strategies for Elder Scrolls Legends, but it says lane strategies. So
Is it a MOBA card game?
I don't
It looks like a MOBA.
know. There are
cards?
there are cards. I can confirm there are cards.
There are lanes.
It looks a little bit like Gwent to me. I don't know.
What else has ZeniMax bought?
Here is footage of
Yeah.
switch to the GameSpot stream, but there's Prey 2.
The original.
The original
previous
Prey 2.
Prey
It's
2.
been,
Demo
it's
Prey
been
2.
I don't know if you saw that, but like I involuntarily reached for it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh, it looked so awesome. But that was also
it was fun.
Yeah,
5 years
it looked
ago.
really
Yeah.
awesome then,
Yeah.
and when you think about it now,
Yeah.
but there were things
man.
about it aesthetically, like when you look
Fuck,
at like
man.
this
Yeah,
version
look
of
at
the
it.
future and all this other stuff.
It looks like Alien Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
totally.
Like
Yes.
that stuff still works. I don't care when
Yeah.
you make it.
Okay,
that stuff
all right.
works.
Yeah.
What like?
But as far as the open worldy stuff has burned out on open worlds as people have gotten in
So, like,
that time.
there still haven't been that many really successful first-person vertical open
Yeah.
worlds.
I could have
Totally.
sworn this was third person. Was it a
No.
third
No,
person?
it was always first
There might
person.
have been like cover third person or certain abilities. that
Wasn't he a
took-
guy in a
You know, yeah,
beanie?
like what's that?
in a what?
Wasn't he a guy in like a beanie, like in a Nick cap?
They might have
Prey?
done some cutscene stuff or
Prey
something.
2.
Oh, and Prey 2. No, you're an FBI agent that was on the plane that crashed at the beginning of the first
They might have
movie.
they might have put out some character art or something, but I don't think
Could
it
have
ever went third person.
sworn.
Beanie was infamous. Second Son.
You're talking
Yeah,
about the
that's true.
iconic
That's
beanie.
the Beanie Man.
Yeah, and I feel like Mirror's Edge
Beanie
kind
Man
of
isn't. Wait,
Yeah, Beanie Man.
that's a different game.
like Mirror's Edge is kind of whatever, but Dying Light I think proved to me that like first person parkour can really work.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And be a good tool to have in an open world.
Yeah.
I guess that's
I didn't
what
like that
it
game as much as you did, but
The
yes,
climate
I
works
totally
well
agree.
in that
I mean, that's the
That
part
stuff worked pretty well.
of Mirror's Edge Catalyst that does work is the parkour in the open world. Like that's the part of that game that is actually done well. It's
Yeah.
the rest of it that's not so much.
Sure.
You know what has good first-person climbing?
What's that?
Doom.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really simplified.
Yeah, it is.
But that's
it-
not a
you
bad
can-
thing.
Very generous.
Yes, it's very generous. You can kind of get where you need to go, and if you're like going into the kill animation on an enemy that's up on a ledge, you just kind of jump so you're just within range, and then it zooms you up to it.
really dumb.
Like that stuff's really, really silly.
Still think first-person jumping, Metroid Prime had it best because you jump and it does that slight little
Like look down so you can
yeah.
see where you're landing. Yeah, that was. Did a lot of other games do that after the fact? I'm trying to think. Like
Remember
first person.
Metroid doing that.
Yeah, I remember that being like the thing with that game that made all that stuff work. But yeah, I don't
You know
know.
what did really poorly? Turok.
Yes.
I remember
Turok did
hating
several
that.
things fairly poorly.
Look, Turok 1 came out at a time when there were not a lot of other games on the platform, so it was kind of impressive by virtue of having very little competition.
I played a lot of Turok.
As someone who might have actually written a review for Turok, I feel like I have to say that.
Yes.
Just in
Defend that
case.
review.
But like Turok, I remember it was Turok 2 or 3 or maybe even both, like this scored quite well when I did not review those.
There were dinosaurs.
And the Cerebral War.
Yes, the Cerebral Bore is a fantastic
Yeah.
weapon.
One of the best.
Okay, now this GameSpot feed is just showing like footage of Quake 3
I know.
or
Well,
Quake
actually, it's
Live,
Quake Live, yeah.
and it just reminds me that I install Quake Live every 6 months or
Yep.
so, and then
Yep.
play it, and never quite play it as much as I feel like I should.
Do you know what game's
How much
good,
do you
though?
think you should be playing?
Constantly.
Okay.
What if we just played Quake 3?
Like right now?
I've got a server.
I mean,
you?
every one of these laptops we have
should, though.
can
You might,
certainly
like-
run.
You're the type of person, Brad, who if you told me like, oh yeah, I pay like a couple bucks a month to
run a quick-
Like I was, we were
server.
just at a Ubisoft event, which we'll talk about in a day or two here, and I told them that I paid to run a Trackmania server for a while, and they didn't kick me out. They instead politely smiled and laughed, and looked at each other like we got to get away from this fucking thing. But
Also, if I were to run a Quake server, I would want to run it on a box in my house.
right.
oh yeah, you want to administrate that thing
yourself.
as hard as possible. I'm at a point now where I have an extra computer in my house. And I've started thinking about it, going like, I can put a Trackmania server on it. And I was like, oh, I could put a Quake server
Yeah,
on
you
it.
could probably
Like, I
run.
probably
both-
have
yeah,
the bandwidth
You could
for
probably
like
run a bunch of servers on that thing.
I do like that this is where your mind immediately goes in those situations. Like
Yeah.
those are the first things that pop in there.
I'm going to run a subspace server.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then really, really get serious. So
What
what do we got
else?
here?
Is
It's
there anything else?
6:56 here, so they're supposed to kick off at like 7ish. I'm gonna look at their YouTube feed and see if they are because the last time I looked, they hadn't even started their pre-show.
Yeah, if you see Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, then at least we know we're on our way.
Yeah, they're doing the pre-show. Blink 182 is there. It's a whole thing.
Wait, they're both doing it?
Yeah, Adam Sessler and
is
Morgan
the
Webb.
new lead singer for Blink
That's
182.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I heard he's a really respected drummer, but that's
Yeah,
His
no,
vocal
yeah,
game is
yeah,
on point. Let me tell you.
for sure. Yeah, Matt Skiba wasn't working out. They got him out of there.
yeah. Well,
Yeah. I actually do weirdly want to see a little bit of this Blink 182 with a new lead singer to see what that's all about.
What happened to the main guy?
He's into UFOs and shit.
Is he like a Dan Aykroyd now?
Maybe he was even before
Dan Aykroyd and Pop Punk.
Yeah.
Is he on-
Is he like a Billy
Okay.
Corgan?
Is,
Like what's,
is he on Infowars or something?
He hasn't
Yeah.
hit that level
Okay.
yet.
What's his name? It's like Mark Lipless or not?
No,
Mark
that's the
Hoppus.
guy that's still in there.
Yeah.
Tom DeLonge's the
Lipless.
guy that.
Mark
Okay.
Lipless
Mark
is an Elder
Lipless
Scrolls
is that's the
character.
Tim and Eric character.
Yes.
Like in my
Yeah.
work in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Mark Lipless.
I'm Mark Lipless. No, he's a ghoul.
Oh yeah, it would be a cool. Yeah.
Wait, so there's one guy who always had the lip ring. Is he the one that's gone?
He's the guy that
gone.
took
He
off.
left,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
he's the guy who left.
Tom DeLonge, he is no longer
Yeah,
there.
Angels
Okay.
and Airwaves is his own. Tom DeLonge left to go hang out and think about UFOs or whatever it is he's doing.
They've tagged somebody else in, right? Who do they?
Matt
That's
Skiba
Matt
from
Skiba.
Alkaline
Right.
Trio.
Alkaline
Figured this out
Trio.
this morning.
Yes,
and I already
we've been
forgot.
over this morning. We were doing research for this very show. We knew we were going to be talking about Blink 182 a lot, so
Right.
we had to go into it. Looks like Bethesda is showing people building bases in Fallout right now. That's what their pre-show is doing. So
We didn't really talk about it, but I'm excited to see what they show of Dishonored 2. Like I know it's
Yeah.
in quality to some degree. I liked that first game not as much as you would think I would like that game.
sure,
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
I thought you'd be all about it.
I think that is a highly respectable opinion as someone who like I play the game and go like This doesn't.
Yeah, I wanted to like it, and it just.
I
It had cool ideas.
So the thing I liked the most
Yeah.
about that game was that when it was one of those games where I play stealthily, and then when shit went bad, it was fun to fight my way out of
Okay.
situations. But it never rewarded me for that. Like, it just meant that things got more chaotic, and in the end, it
Right.
like, punishes you for
Yeah,
that.
like the ending ended up being a really.
Well, it's not like even just the ending. It's like things go worse and worse.
Oh, sure.
Like the final level's like different if you're more chaotic. And like if shit goes bad and you have systems to let me fight my way out of it,
Yeah.
make that rewarding and cool. So.
I was more into that game aesthetically than I was what it was actually doing. For the
Powers
most
and
part.
stuff were cool.
Yeah.
I just thought the powers ended up being like that was a game that I wanted more situational awareness.
Right.
Like a lot of the stuff, like this first-person blink
Yeah.
ability and stuff like
Yep.
that. Like I found myself going like, okay, wait, where am I? Where am I?
Well, that was-
like I'm on this top of this bookcase. Okay, weird.
That was one of the things in the DLC where they let you play as a different character who one was like an assassin, so like murder, go kill people. But also when he jumped, he could use the blink ability and would freeze him in time. So you could just like, okay, where am I? Where do I want to go? I want to go there instead of having to like plan it out. And I hope that that's just the way Blink works in Dishonored 2. So it's almost
Yeah.
like Mark of the Ninja. That's what it felt like. It felt like they'd learned from Mark of the Ninja that like stopping time and letting the player figure out where they want to go in a stealth game is how you do this. So maybe they'll learn.
I think that makes sense. I'm seeing Adam Sessler going like this a lot, like very just dramatically, just.
How's YouTube chat?
YouTube chat is scrolling very fast. The same guy is pasting in that big Battlefield 1 thing
Yeah.
over and over
Very
again.
still.
for a
Busy
while.
today. Yeah.
Let's
Dedicated.
see here. Word in the chat here. This guy says, "I eat ass."
It's, I hear it's R.I.P. COD.
I've seen a lot of that. Yeah.
What? Why? Why? Han Solo, greatest way. What? All right. Well,
Stop looking at that chat. Just
yeah,
stop
it's
it.
just it's scrolling so fast that it draws the eye.
It's kind of hypnotizing.
But yeah, you look over it and you're just like,
It's no good.
Have we covered every Bethesda IP?
The only other thing I can think of is maybe they will start talking about the future Fallout 4 DLC.
Well, yeah.
Because if you
that-
remember,
they
because
expanded that,
you
right?
remember they raised the price on that season pass.
Right.
It's
and
like,
said there's
we're gonna-
more
we're gonna
coming
do
than they had
more
originally
stuff.
planned.
And Far Harbor seemed to have been. I have put no time into it, but it seemed to
Yeah.
be well received.
I
It seems like
hear
it
pretty
that's
was,
the one with
things.
Wyatt's in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Wyatts are there.
Okay.
They
Great.
Finally figured out who Sister Abigail is.
Yeah.
Is that her name, Sister Abigail?
Don't spoil it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If that was that DLC,
Fuck.
like if that was the actual tie-in and it just all leads back to that.
That's what they've been doing. The Wyatts.
Yeah, that's
In
why
Fallout?
that's why
Okay.
they've been gone.
Mhm.
They've been in this Fallout DLC.
Okay.
So.
I hear it was good. I hear like there were some like better writing in terms of quest design and like some NPCs that.
That's
were
the thing
less
about the
readable.
Bethesda RPG to me. Like, I'm not burned out on the form of that thing. It's just the execution of 4 felt a little lacking to me. Like, if they had done it better, I would have been all about it. But
Yeah. They're showing Fallout Shelter on this thing.
what?
On this pre-show, they briefly showed that.
Fallout Shelter
Speaking
2.
of Fallout games that you wish were better.
Yeah. Well,
That
I
was
was so excited about
Shelter
Fallout
was a
Shelter
great
last
game
year.
through the duration of E3.
Yeah.
that
What
was
a
a high
And then I
heavy
got
week
home
that
and had a
was.
little bit more time to look at it and went,
Yeah.
oh, I'm never playing this again.
I put
Yeah.
a little more into it, but
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a beautiful like 5 days with that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wrong
like
with that?
in the delirium of being in the middle of E3
Yeah.
and just like, I've got this thing that I'm going to just occasionally think about, like that was,
Yeah.
it was really good for that.
I saw people planning on like public transportation for a few weeks
Yeah.
afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
yeah.
I tried it, mine bugged out, and then I had to like redo my shelter.
Oh, I
and
forgot about
no,
that. Yeah, mine got to the point where it was like, oh, my phone can't do. My phone is burning hot, and like it's running at a snail's pace. Like the simulation is running slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'd end up with some of these idle games I've been playing. It will definitely like drain a battery, heat up a phone, all that sort of stuff. That's, seems like the sort of thing that shouldn't be able to happen, but
It's
it's,
so much
raising the
math.
numbers that fast is not.
I'm
doesn't come
overclocking
cheap.
my phone to get faster numbers.
So you raise them slow. Like
Actually, if I had an
5 per hour.
Android phone, you can, there's a version of Cheat Engine for Android that you could get really into.
Have you seen those the cases you put in the freezer and then put around your phone to keep the battery longer?
That doesn't sound safe at
That
all.
doesn't seem like a good
Don't they get
Because they don't
melty or?
exist. I just made it up. You want in on this?
Yeah,
Got the
totally.
feed.
Yeah, a cold case.
Unless you're
case.
cold
case?
Yeah.
Oh.
Getting it too cold is actually worse.
He
don't-
ruins everything.
Whatever.
What the fuck, man? We had a great idea.
Yeah.
Now people are never going to go on our Kickstarter, you
They
dick.
wouldn't have found that out until it was too late.
This is the fleecing of America taking place here.
That's why we're here.
Yep.
For your money. No.
Despite what you've heard, the cold case
It works.
proved by science.
Cold case is a
have
fantastic.
it.
We have a
Finally
deal in
safe.
place with Ronco. There will be infomercials.
It's got we're just kicking the tires on it. A couple little kinks to work out.
A great
but we-
designer from the Coleco Chameleon on.
All right, I've got some bad news. My business partner over here seems to have taken your money.
We recorded this video.
We recorded this video of me interviewing him about how your money for the cold case went into retrofitting his basement.
Yeah.
So, tell me, what happened to the money?
I borrowed it, and the basement got poop in it.
All right, and you told me that you had intended to pay the money back so that we could make good on these good people's purchase of the cold case.
I accept full responsibility.
All right, great.
Poop.
All right, great. I turn these cameras off. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, whatever. Let's just split the money like we promised, and we'll just.
Was that good? Should I do it again?
I mean, it seems
I
sincere
could say
to me,
shit.
but I don't know. I'm
Does shit
Canadian.
play better? I keep saying
swear I'm
poop
good.
because I'm not sure if it's
They're bad.
You should probably play poop because you're bashful.
okay. Because I'm sad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we just do one more take?
Okay, one more take. All right, turn the cameras back on. All right. No, I'm not.
So Rage 2.
Yeah, Rage 2.
Yeah.
I think
That'll
it's
happen.
time.
Looking forward to it, yeah.
That'll
yeah.
definitely happen.
The
John
tech-
Do you think
Goodman's
that we'll see
Revenge.
like any kind of like, hey, here's the next version of id Tech? This is 6 that Doom
Yeah,
was made on.
yeah.
And
I
then
doubt it.
Evil Within was 5.
Yeah,
I think Rage
that's-
was
I think
Rage
that's right.
5 as
Yeah.
well?
Rage is 5,
Yeah.
and then it got adapted.
So there's
for
probably
Evil
another
Within.
game coming on 6.
Yeah, I guess that would
Yeah.
work.
Minimum
But I
2
wonder if
games
like
per
if they
engine.
do Evil Within 2,
Right.
Doo-Doo would be a good one.
Doo-Doo.
Doo-doo.
That if id Tech 6 is now going to make the rounds to all these
I
other
would think so,
studios.
yeah.
Frostbite.
Yeah.
Frostbite, weird. Okay, yeah.
Who would have thought?
Why
Yeah,
not?
if you remember when they bought it, they said, we are not going to license this engine anymore.
Right.
This is now a competitive advantage for us.
Right.
Yeah, which
Except
I don't know that it
maybe
worked
not.
out so great
Yeah.
for id Tech 5,
Yeah.
but maybe they built this engine with more of that in mind.
That seems to be the case.
So
They rebuilt Skyrim in id Tech 6.
that would be
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I yes.
It'd be
just
irresponsible.
just to play one of those games that was like maybe like broken in different ways, instead of feeling like these are the same problems I had in your last game, and it had this at some point seems illegal. Like having it just be like, well, this is still messed up because obviously it's hard to make a huge game like this, but at least it's different stuff. I would take that at this point.
Yeah. Like Skyrim and Snap Map.
There you go.
Yeah. Somebody made it. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
But it's a MOBA. It's a Skyrim
it's a
MOBA
MOBA,
in
yes.
SMAP.
Snap
SMAP
Snap
is a
Map.
different thing.
Snap Map.
SMAP is like SMAP built it themselves, and that's why they can't get out of their record contract. It's a whole thing.
SMAP is actually worse. Despite what we heard, SMAP will still be available to
Yeah.
the public.
And now they are showing. I mean, I don't know. I guess this is still the pre-show, but they are now showing Elder Scrolls
Legends.
Legends.
Cards moving around.
The card game on this thing.
Turn 1.
So, like, I wonder if this is all stuff. Is it possible that Bethesda has so many things that this is just stuff they're getting out of the way in the pre-show? Like,
They had a lot of things
hey,
last
here's a
year.
couple of things that we're just going to mention out front. Sign up for the beta.
Should we-
This is
we
the
put that
Dolph
feed up
Ziggler
just to
versus
see what's
Baron
going on?
Corbin of this press conference.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
Because I've run out of things to talk about. So I hope they have a lot of stuff.
Should we talk over the pre-show?
Yeah, you guys want to put that feed up so we can see what's going on?
I want to talk over Adam Sessler.
You can talk over Mike Mahardy.
Well, there's our whole situation.
Yeah. And we'll see.
Yeah, they have a deeper catalog, and I can't think of anything right now.
Wet.
I mean, I'm sure they do.
Okay.
Rogue
Dick
Warrior.
Mercer.
Yeah, Rogue Warrior.
The most famous franchises.
Brink.
Oh, Brink.
Brink?
Yeah.
I really wanted Brink to be good.
Brink.
I also wanted Brink to be good. It
was not.
It was definitely not. I don't much care for Dirty Bomb.
I really
for-
didn't like Dirty
When
Bomb.
did that?
Yeah.
Was that PC only?
Last year,
Okay.
yeah.
And I think it's actually technically this year because it was still in
that
some
early
kind of
access?
early
Oh,
access.
Like closed beta.
There was like buy-in to get the beta. Like you've been able to play Dirty
don't
Bomb on Steam for quite some time.
Man, look at that. It's like old times.
It's like Brink
Oh, okay.
from the makers of Brink.
Adam and Morgan back to
Hey.
This guy with the WTF shirt is really mugging quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's very excited to be on camera.
That's
for
a lot of
this
people.
thing.
It is a lot of people.
He's the Frank the Clown of the Bethesda conference.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're just going to keep throwing those wrestling references out.
Big headsets this year. Maybe we
The
should go
biggest
bigger
headsets.
Those are like NFL
Like
headsets.
sports
right?
headsets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
esports
Softball.
huge. Like Those microphones will just look great.
Gigantic.
Like these microphones are cool too, but
But
No,
not
they're
like these.
Not even remotely.
yeah.
Those are cool.
These.
Just last week.
Those.
So ever since the launch, they have
like
really
that.
wanted to explore the lore that we've all loved.
We
Okay,
three.
I know what you're
Get it?
For example,
Do you
they
get
picked
it?
the Gold Coast of Cyrodiil for Dark Brotherhood.
Like Kvatch, which 400.
This looks like a rap. These this looks like some talking you do when you're wrapping up to me.
That guy's going for a
Based
move.
solely on the body language?
Yeah.
Okay.
As an Elder Scrolls junkie, this is exactly what I love about
See us here!
Getting
Like that,
out
that's
of
kinda-
expansive
kinda how he always
geography.
talks, though.
I guess you're right.
And speaking
You
of
will
fans,
see him
we
places
would
also.
like to take a moment to say
He's
hello to all of the Bethesda
Looks like they're still
fans
filling in the
around
back, so I don't know if they're
globe.
wrapping it up.
Yeah, like you said, there was a huge line at that thing. Those people were having trouble getting in.
And
So.
down in Australia,
They let- I guess they
Bethesda's
let,
taken
like,
over
fans
the
into
Sydney
this, right?
Opera House,
Yes, they
so
do.
fans
Yeah.
can watch
To
the
pack that many
showcase
people in
live.
there.
And earlier today, we got to
Yeah, I was
chat
gonna say,
with
there's
some of the
not-
gamers here
not
in
enough
LA who
press
lined
or
up
Bethesda
to see the
employees
showcase.
left
Let's
to-
take a look at what they had
Did
to
they
say.
sell tickets?
No, they probably took
Some Bethesda fan club thing or something?
Oh,
They teleported
they've got a-
outside
they've got a
until earlier
package
in the
about
day.
How big the line was?
about how big the line was.
I
I
know,
guess,
this
huh?
is a dedicated fan base.
Or
They
this
know that
this
the-
must
the
be like
closer they
people
are to
lined
the
up
front of the
early
line, the
to
better
get a
seat
chance
that
to
they're
get
gonna
in.
John Drake?
inside
I
the
thought the
showcase.
same
So
thing.
big
He's a big
motivator,
Bethesda
I know.
fan, so-
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
here early. Get their seat right in
What's
front of
that?
the
Lady
theater.
has a box
Big
on her
screen,
hand.
front row. It's exciting, but let's
Everybody's
better
favorite box
understand
hand.
some of the
Mhm.
hardcore
Big character
Bethesda
in-
fans.
Evil Within 2, box
All
hand,
right, now you
huge.
can
Oh, yeah,
have a
there
showcase
you
like
go.
this
There she is.
without some amazing cosplay. Now
All
you
right.
helped build
What's
this,
in the
so you
box?
can tell us a little bit about it.
You don't want to know.
Appreciate
Appreciate this girl's their Evangelion shirt. Good job.
It took us forever to
She's
make
got this hammer.
That's an anime.
That is the anime.
Anime.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
get
Is it
with
the
it.
first one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
Just the,
How is it the anime?
it's the first one that matters.
It's very
Here's
popular.
the alpha and the omega.
It's very popular.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
And well thought of.
It's like it's
Hey, you remember me?
It's like
Yeah, I'm old
it's like
Boxhead over here.
biblical mechs.
it's like
Oh,
super Metal
kind of.
Gear-y in some ways, in that it's like very like man, fuck mechs.
Oh, okay.
Like-
Mechs are bad?
Mechs are bad.
Okay. I think mechs are pretty
But also you need them. Like what are you gonna do? And also weirdly
Right.
biblical and like very convoluted.
Biblical mechs.
Biblical mechs. Jesus mechs.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Mechs that eat people.
Like Jesus.
Like
Okay,
Jesus.
all right. I get you.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
When you only see one set of footprints in the sand, it's because Jesus was in his mech.
Carrying.
Yes.
Really big footprints.
Well, actually, going back to Dishonored
I don't know.
2,
What is that? Is this from the Evil Within 1? The
Yes.
like
Sure.
monster
This is
with
all-
a safe
this is all-
for a head.
So, yeah.
Yes, there was a dude with a big old safe.
I thought it was more of a cage, wasn't it?
There was also a safe, I believe.
Okay.
Am I gonna lose my spot online? Doing this? Am I-
I think they're gonna get these two in.
Did these? I just want to know, like,
All right, well, I'm really
is
looking
this something
forward to
that
it. On that note,
she
I
did
think
as
all
a
four of us and so many people
fan
out there
of
are
the
excited
Evil
for
Within,
another
or did they pay people to
look
dress up like
at
the Evil
Dishonored
Within
2.
to
But
kind
as
of?
right now,
I
That's
bet
a terrible
people have
question
fans.
now,
This
right?
seems like a fan.
After last year, we,
Professional cosplayers are certainly a thing.
after
and-
last year, there's no choice but to question it.
Yeah.
It's been our innocence has been ruined.
Is this for real?
I can't tell if this is
This is
They wouldn't go
probably-
straight from that video package
think
to
this
the
is-
actual
I
beginning,
forgot.
would they?
I think this is an existing trailer.
yeah, is
Okay.
the
Yeah.
last one.
I think. I don't know.
Is this?
Let's turn it on.
Just in
Jason
case.
is saying,
Headphones.
should we check the GameSpot stream to make sure this is actually legit?
An empire
This is an existing trailer.
Yeah, this is the one they just showed.
beyond
I'm gonna listen anyway.
really
Yeah, okay.
deserve any of it.
New city in this game. My understanding. Is.
Oh.
What would you
It's like a colonial
back?
island city.
What's the first one? France?
Careful.
Fake England.
Fake England.
Yeah,
Okay.
fake England.
What you decide will ripple across the years.
Oh yes, I remember. Wow.
Right. It's
I
like,
remember all that
it's like big
unpleasantness.
fucked off mosquitoes now instead of rats.
Hey Drew, can I get a little more press conference in the monitors?
Power I've given you. How will you make your mark?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this might even be last year's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it
It
is.
This
is.
has been rolling.
What's the girl's name?
Emily.
Emily.
Yeah.
What was Assassin's Creed's guy's sister? Evie?
Evie. Yes.
Evie? Yeah.
Evie. Still E names, both E names.
Ezio.
Ezio is a E name.
E names are big.
Yeah, E names are huge right now. What are some other E names?
Altair.
What was that?
Altair.
Altair.
Altair?
Yeah,
Altair.
you got it.
Altair sounds like a Lucha Underground wrestler who is like a big
He's great.
tire man.
Yeah, high risk
Okay.
stuff.
The Junkrat of Lucha Underground.
No, that's Marty the Moth.
What's the deal with this game? There are 2 playable characters.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Emily and Corvo.
But they
That's a Corvo is
have
back.
different storylines, or
I think they play differently.
campaign. I know they play differently, but I thought I might have heard they had like somewhat different campaigns. Or
That
something.
might be true.
Perhaps they will elaborate on that a bit more
Yeah.
when they actually get this thing going.
This is General Grievous motherfucker, though.
Yeah. Mixed with the Argent Doom guy.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
stream, a little chunky.
Yeah. Well, this is
Yeah.
the Twitch.
Yeah, this is
their
I
Twitch.
think, I think we'll switch to the high quality for the thing.
Yeah.
Vincent Price is dead, right?
Yes.
That guy
looks
For a
like
very
Vincent
long
Price.
time.
Okay.
It's just the mustache. That's what's throwing you off.
Okay.
Think before you
I'm thinking of John Waters, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He looks honestly more like Jeffrey Rush doing Vincent Price.
There's like the darkness there for a second.
Yeah.
I should make another. Wow.
Yeah.
No, Darkness 2 was good, man.
Yeah.
Was it? Was it?
Yeah, it totally was. Darkness 2 was really solid.
Were you Jackie in both of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I forgot what
you
the
were,
plot was. He's mad about his girlfriend dying because the mob did something.
weren't you
Yes.
like the boss of the family in 2?
Yes, and then they
think
shoot up the
so.
restaurant and they kill a bunch of your people in your family.
Bethesda has
Okay.
announced that Dishonored 2 will be available
they're standing, so this
worldwide
is
on
real.
PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC November 11th.
Now you play as either. I know there's.
It's great to see that the X-Play,
who we just saw in the video and who looks
like,
super
style
awesome.
back and forth
Yeah.
is just like right back into it.
Tano, who is also pretty awesome, but I am playing as Emily.
Well, both characters are.
It really is just their
different
X-Play cadence.
Yep.
perspective
Good on
and
them.
play style, depending on
Hey, you
which
know,
one
you develop
play.
that over years, and it's hard to turn that off.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to give it like 4. Boom.
Yeah.
Out of
They do
5.
have
Yep.
powers also. If you played the first game, you're going to be familiar with Corvos. They are going to be significantly upgraded. Emily's are actually all new, so as always, there are going to be
You okay?
tons
Is this
of
the press
opportunities to
conference?
play the game.
No.
They're standing up in front of a thing.
I don't think
This has
so.
to be like we're standing up and now Blink 182, or like this has to be the end of the pre-show, right? Like I said, the pre-show got started late, so
It's really
okay.
fun to say. Try it all together. Karnaka.
That's what happens when you're on the internet. You can start whenever.
It's just
Yeah.
fun. It rolls off the tongue. Anyway, it's based on southern Mediterranean countries like Greece and Italy. But what I noticed was the significant verticality of the city. Does this mean that we're going to be going really, really high, be up in the clouds, getting vertigo?
Well, if they didn't tell you, then they're probably not. No one knows.
yeah.
Okay, you're going to.
Never saw X-Play. Was that a reviews thing, or was that more of a news show?
You know what I didn't
It was
see?
a mix. I
Not
mean,
gonna-
they did reviews, but
Yeah,
they would also
video
just like
reviews and
cover
stuff.
stuff, that was forthcoming.
Maybe rats, yes. There are significantly less rats in Dishonored 2, unless you use Corvo's Devouring Swarm, because then you're going to have some rats there.
Right.
Of course, obviously.
Duh.
The rats
Yeah.
seem to be a little bit more pleasurable next to the blood flies. Karnaka seems to be
Pleasurable.
Pleasurable
rat.
rat. A weird adjective for that?
Friendly and warm and cuddly.
I don't know. I find the blood flies highly erotic.
Have a significant amount of affection
Which
for
ska band do you like more, the
Dishonored,
pleasurable
rats.
rats or
It was
the
my personal game
blood
of the year
flies?
back
Flies,
in
yeah.
2012, the year that it came out.
Which one was
And I
Travis
played through
Barker
it
in?
3 times
He was in the blood
since
flies.
then.
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
And I would say, if you haven't had the chance to play it, I do highly recommend the Dishonored Definitive Edition, which is on current-gen systems with all the DLC
Oh,
included.
thanks.
Having said that, if you haven't played the original, trust me, you can jump right into Dishonored 2 without a worry.
All right, guys.
4
I
out of
think we've had enough spectacle.
The cadence, like the real, yeah.
I have a-
You hear it. You definitely hear it.
I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to see a lot more Dishonored 2 tonight.
I have one of those sneaking
This is a
suspicions as well. I
camera.
don't know where it's coming from. All right, guys, the showcase is about to start.
They're tiny.
But we will be back in
They're in a little box.
exclusive interviews and new info. So please stay tuned to the live stream and follow along on Twitter. Bethesda.
20 seconds.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
BE.
All right. So maybe we switch back to the.
Everyone get out of there.
Steal GameSpot's feed and-
Giveaway that you
Yeah. Get
No, I was
excited.
excited, and now I'm not.
3. Let's find out what the stream delay is. 5, 4, 3, 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
I'm looking
2,
good.
1.
Thank you.
Press conference.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Pretty good. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's wrong font, but I. What the
Quick champions.
fuck?
All right.
Champions.
Right out the
What?
gate.
What's good?
Is it a MOBA?
Shut up.
Oh, we're champions. Oh, no.
It totally sounds like a MOBA.
It does.
It does sound like that.
Please be a MOBA.
Just pulls up the camera
hilarious.
and it's top down.
Just make everyone so mad.
Brad would be so conflicted.
Stop making noise. Shut up. That is totally the fucking Quake guy.
Well, this all fits.
That was the Quake 3 dude, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, what's that guy's name? Anarchy? I think that was Anarchy from Quake 3.
If they make a sequel to Quake Live,
Dude, yeah. Dude, if this is just more.
Sure.
What? Okay.
If it's Quake Live in It Tech 6.
Who's that?
That's my father.
I don't know.
Beautiful man.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about not knowing the
That's good
names of
hair.
all the characters from
Yeah.
Quake 3.
if a fucking hopping eyeball doesn't fucking show up
Yeah,
here in
dude.
a sec, then
Dude, if Orb shows up in this thing, I'm gonna flip this fucking table.
Sounds like the guy that did the Doom music.
it's starting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's starting to look like it has ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a MOBA.
Well, that guy's dead now.
Yep.
Is that Sarge with the fucking face thing?
No, I think that's. Well, I don't know. I think that's.
He's got something
I think
going
that-
there.
Fucking the spinner.
I think that's Anarchy, but fucking what? Fucking what?
Right out the gate.
There was a.
We are not fucking around.
That's a neat
Man.
art style, but I don't,
Yeah.
it's not a video game. No part of that
Not
was
yet.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dude, that's the Doom
please
3 theme
welcome
song.
Studio Director of id Software, Tim Willits.
Man.
Q-Test 5.
Again,
Q-Test 5. Only available from Mac right now.
Test 5 tonight.
That's there live now on your iPhone.
Good evening, and welcome to the Bethesda E3 Showcase. Yes, Quake is back.
Man.
We weren't just messing with you.
The game that defined competitive multiplayer is back and better than ever. You know, it's hard
a high
to believe
fucking bar,
that
dude.
20 years
Yeah.
ago, Quake was first released, and you know, if you'll excuse the pun, the aftershocks can still be felt to this day.
Will not excuse it.
Nope.
Quake set
Absolutely
new standards for
not.
multiplayer
No.
and push the boundaries for graphics and gameplay. Quake also became a pioneer for esports.
Typing.
And 20 years later, Quake is
Pioneer
still
for
played in tournaments
esports.
across the globe.
He's not wrong.
The
Like
biggest
World
of those
Cyber Games, all that shit.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the original Nightmare of Esports was a lot of it was based around Quake.
It
Like that thing
absolutely
was. You think modern esports is hellish?
Right.
That shit.
Yep. Even like
As a
speedrunning
co-designer
community goes
of
back to
the
Quake.
original game, I'm extremely proud and excited to be standing here today to announce the next chapter of this great game, Quake Champions.
If it's
You
just a
can applaud that.
multiplayer game,
That's the
like,
point you're supposed to applaud.
that's-
Quake
Clap.
C for short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quake Champions
That's
is
a deep cut.
competitive
That's a real deep cut.
style first-person shooter for the PC.
Okay, so not a
designed
MOBA,
for
got it.
players of all skill levels. Whether you are new to Quake or have been fragging for the last 20 years, Quake Champions will give you
That
the
means
challenge
killing,
and rush you'd expect from id Software multiplayer games. Now, we know
Except
that
Doom.
high
Don't-
in performance
We know
Don't
that
is
Doom was
critical
not great
with this
in the
type of
multiplayer.
game.
And this is why
Be
we were
assured,
working on
as
this.
with any id Software game, that Quake Champions will be fast, with amazing graphics running at 120 hertz with unlocked frame rates.
Oh yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
You're going to get heart-stopping action that will keep you on the edge of your seat as you fight in classic arena combat. Quake Champions
Wait,
also
you mean you
taps
have
into another
DM3 in there? Like,
hallmark
what are
of
you
the
talking about?
franchise, unique and badass characters. The game features a diverse cast of warriors, each with different attributes.
I don't know.
and
Yeah,
abilities,
They're
allowing
heroes. They're
you
champions.
to fight the way that you want.
Okay, but what if it was
You know that
Overwatch,
id
but
has a
also
long
it was
tradition
Quake?
of supporting competitive tournaments.
Yeah, I guess
You don't
I guess
get-
I'm back into that.
With Quake
You don't get
Champions.
Overwatch without Quake.
The
Team
game
Fortress was a
designed
Quake
for
mod.
World-class
Like-
Yep.
esports play at
Dude, you don't
every level.
get just about anything
Yes.
in modern
World's
games
greatest
without Quake.
players to anyone willing to test their skills in the arena. So as part of the launch plan for Quake Champions, Bethesda will be supporting and expanding competitive tournaments and leagues beyond QuakeCon. And we'll have more to share about that in the coming months. I
Premiere,
hope
the
you
id
enjoyed the
majors.
sneak
We've
peek
got.
into our newest game.
Oh, fucking show it.
Let's go to
Join
London.
us at QuakeCon in
come
August,
on.
and we'll have even more to talk about.
I mean, that makes sense, right? That's the time we
yeah.
really go
Please
in on
join
that.
me in welcoming Bethesda's Global Vice President of PR and Marketing, Pete
Did he say
Hines.
breast vice?
He was going to say president.
Yeah.
That was what he was going to say.
Okay.
And I really wanted to see what that game looks like.
I mean, it was QuakeCon where they showed off Doom for the first time.
But they were so tight with that.
Yeah.
That footage never got out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. As Tim said, we'll have even more to show on Quake Champions this August.
Well, I don't care about the rest of this.
I know. I know. Fucking whatever they
said
Not
the
have
thing.
our new Quake game at QuakeCon.
I haven't wanted to go to a QuakeCon in a while, but
Now,
There you
not
are.
at QuakeCon. We're at E3, the biggest week in gaming, and this is the Bethesda E3 showcase.
Didn't sound committed to calling E3 the biggest week in gaming. There. I don't know that I believed it.
Is that a hanger?
To everyone here with me and to the millions of you watching online around the world, thank you for joining us. We planned this showcase just like we make all of our games for you.
Uh-oh.
That's
Now,
nice.
last year, our showcase kicked off a big year for Bethesda, one of the biggest in our many years of
Brad's
making
going to
games.
clip through the desk in a
So let me
second.
mention just a few highlights.
Shit.
The Elder
Yep,
Scrolls
stream
Online
crashed.
was released on console and became one of the best-selling games of 2015 and was named MMO of the Year.
What?
By who?
Yeah. By us.
Okay.
We thought it was great.
We launched Fallout Shelter, the very first mobile game from Bethesda Game Studios, and it became an instant hit and winner of multiple Mobile Game of the Year awards.
Best
In
5
November,
days of the year.
Fallout 4 was one of the biggest launches in the industry. So you've heard of it. Good. And won numerous Game of the Year awards, including at DICE and again at the BAFTA.
Did it win it?
And now
really?
Fallout 4 is bringing user mods to Xbox One
it?
and soon to
They wouldn't have
PS4.
just. He wouldn't have just lied.
I would hope not.
what did what
Just
now?
last month,
Won
the
Di-
new Doom
Game
was
of the Year at
released
DICE
yeah.
and
to
BAFTA.
rave reviews. Now, the original Doom almost single-handedly popularized first-person shooter games, and now you have a new Doom game, faithful to its legacy with some of the best graphics and gameplay ever. And millions of fans have been enjoying the fast-paced action and creating and sharing mods using SnapMap.
SnapMap.
The response to all of these
Yeah,
games has
SnapMap.
been amazing, and your enthusiasm and support for us has encouraged us to go even bigger. You just heard about our new Quake game. Let's see what else we have planned for you guys. At last year's showcase,
Locks the doors.
I told you about the Elder Scrolls Legends.
Wait, no,
a
that's not. This
free-to-play
is the hard right turn. No, don't say it. What do we got
Last year,
planned
I
for
am
people
a
like Doom?
huge fans of these
But
games.
before
I
we
played
do
it.
that,
Yeah.
Doom card game.
But that
So this
sounds
is a
like
game I'm
he could have
particularly
just said,
excited
like,
about.
Doom 2.
Legends provides a very deep strategy experience through both single and multiplayer modes, beginning with a campaign complete with a compelling story, interesting characters, and some great gameplay. The story is told from the perspective
Just
of a
some,
moth priest
not a lot.
named Kellen. I'll let him tell you a little more as we take a look at the
Kellen?
campaign's opening cinematic.
Tell him.
You don't know me, but you will.
It's a guy in a wizard robe.
Yeah, same dude. Same dude comes out.
Dreamed of wearing this hat.
My whole life.
The Elder Scrolls show us what was
Is Kellum the owl?
and what yet will be. And they have revealed much to me.
Spare us your stories, old man, unless they can sharpen spears. Our war chief is dying. Our enemies are massing for another attack. We must prepare.
Whatever.
We should go, Kellen. We have the scroll we came for. And this one smells blood.
Lady, this cat's talking.
I have words yet to speak here. Stories can do surprising things, Spear Maiden. Whether they
He's
are
the
true
owl.
or
The
not.
owl's talking.
All right.
we'll get back to that later.
Yeah. We're going to get to Jamie
right
Foxx
now.
and Zac Efron playing
Man,
this.
Godsmack dude was telling us a story.
5994, huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's your problem.
That's the good shit.
How's that Twitch stream looking?
Is it doing this in the studio?
Both?
This
It's
game
both.
spot?
Drew says
Nice.
it's both.
Oh,
Well, that's a shame.
So Bethesda went down as well?
Well then.
We're peeking. Oh, wait.
No, okay.
Oh,
they're
it's
still
back.
going.
It's
Pete Hines is busy killing a man. It'll be back soon.
Wonder if it ever went down for them.
This?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. We need audio.
Oh, we missed the great story.
Man,
Kellum was going to tell us stuff.
Al good?
We will fight
Okay.
with cards.
When Legends begins, you're
Oh,
set on
no.
a path
I guess
Oh, is the other one back?
Is it back on?
way you haven't seen
When
before.
Legends begins.
Choices
When Legends
you make
begins.
When Legends begins.
all the depth the game has to
Like, this would be the one to fuck up on, so, you know.
provides more variety. And
Hey, Drew, we're getting doubled up.
Yeah, did the other
decisions
stream
to
come
change
back?
The cards they want to improve or add to their
There we
deck.
go.
There we go.
And we offer a full single-player campaign,
Well, at least we know the delay
as well as
isn't-
multiple
Yeah.
ways to play against the II or other players in both.
The II?
Yeah.
And
Wait,
I-
interactive intelligence.
Interactive,
The
yeah.
new
Yep.
thing.
testing
Finally.
in April, and so far the feedback from the people. So far, the feedback from the people who have been playing has been
All right.
terrific.
All right.
Good feedback. I'm good. Thank you. Tom.
And
I
sign
really
up
appreciate
and
it.
be sure to keep an eye
Okay,
on
here we
your
go.
email. Also tonight, we're very pleased to announce that in addition to PC and iPad, Legends will be coming to iPhone, Mac, and Android tablets and phones later this year.
We have heard that Hearthstone does well on all these platforms.
Yes.
As I said, I'm very excited about
Thank
Legends
you, says
as
the
it
lady in the
brings together
audience.
an award-winning franchise that I love and a new genre. And whether you're a veteran strategy card fan or have never played a game before, it's a game we think you'll all really enjoy. And
Okay.
now, so long as we're on the topic of Legends, let's take a look at what the
The
team
Legend
at
of Zelda.
Bethesda Game Studios has been
We stole this trailer.
There's climbing and shit. It's crazy.
Welcome here to Bethesda Game Studios.
All right.
It's amazing to think it has only been a year since you first heard about Fallout 4.
It is amazing.
That's about a 6 on the Todd Howard hair
Yeah.
scale.
I feel like most people heard about Fallout 4 well before.
Yep.
The industries. It has simply blown us away, and we're incredibly blessed to have fans like you. Seeing what you've created, not just in the main game with the add-ons and of course mods, it is just incredible. And we're not done yet. We're excited to show you what's coming next for Fallout 4.
Accidentally released it for free on XBLA.
Yeah. Yeah,
They-
this
they
leaked
pulled
earlier
that.
today.
But fuck if I'm going to LA, right?
Look, if you're gonna bust Powerhouse out, I'm into this.
Oh, you don't want to build like a...
You built Mousetrap.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds cool, but it was really hard to build stuff.
Right.
Like bases and stuff in the last one.
Vinny, you can build conveyor belts now. You can just Factorio in Fallout 4.
You can
Oh, wow.
drop teddy bears on a
Why?
lady.
Also, you can
Why though?
you can
Somebody-
shade your
somebody
residence
will like
apparently.
Yeah, like...
Uh,
Are you going to be able to build a vault?
I just
Yeah, there it is.
okay. So this is Fallout Shelter in Fallout 4.
Maybe.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally, the
It totally
rats
is.
can come home.
Oh wait, it 100% is. Like here are people raising their S
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
Yeah.
Look at that shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did that.
They did it.
That's soon.
That's kind of
You
Weird.
bastards, you did it.
okay. This has to be like a story thing.
Yeah.
You would think.
yeah.
Play as the Red Roach.
It's
Good job.
large.
Train them until they fight each other.
It's like 182.
Yes.
Yeah, this is them.
Yep. Now this is ska.
All right, mascot suits.
What is?
You built an amusement park?
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
All right.
What?
That's a cool setting.
Don't
if that's
shoot
where
the
DLC
postcard.
is.
You have to mail
We didn't
that.
just announce
the wasteland.
Fallout 4
What
last
is
year.
that though?
We also
Well, it's
announced
probably a new
Probably
area.
Stories
Yeah, yeah.
DLC,
Fallout
right?
Shelter, which over 50 million of you have downloaded and played. We have
a big number.
really
That's a
big
big
update
number.
coming out. Take a look.
Okay, update for this.
Okay, maybe.
Quests.
I might be willing to get back into
New
this.
combat system. You're
Okay.
gonna drag and
They're gonna tell you this is coming out as soon as this press conference is over, and we're all gonna repeat the fucking cycle. Is what
Oh,
we're gonna
wow.
do.
Oh, huh.
on PC would be kind of good.
Oh,
Like,
July.
clicking-
All right.
Okay.
That's the combat was
We
terrible
hope you're
before,
as
so
excited
maybe
as
that
we are about
that
all of the
kinda
stuff
helps.
coming to Fallout. We want to thank
I
you
guess I
again,
don't know that
not
I
just
wanna,
for your
like-
support over the
Yeah,
last year,
micromanage
but
battles,
your support
though.
of our
Yeah.
whole studio.
Does it have a golden
really
telescope?
over the last 20 years.
It's a real power move putting in front of all the
There's something
trophies.
else that
Gotta say.
You've been asking us about,
this?
and yes, we've been working on it.
What's that Terminator thing in the background? Do you see that?
Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Looks like Sky. Okay, good.
All
We're
right.
gonna do.
Okay. All right. What have they done? Wow.
That-
All right.
That's
That's not
significant.
insignificant.
Okay. Maybe I will play more Skyrim.
This will make them a lot of money.
Yep.
So they took all the most popular EMB mods.
I was going to say the
and-
exact same thing, but I didn't know if the words EMB mods made sense to anybody else.
Volumetric God Rays
Yes.
is the name of my new prog band. They should just do the PC one and have it swipe, and it's the same thing.
Yes. It's good water.
Shading the
I
shit
have
out of
that water
everything.
mod. Yeah.
It does look good.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to play Skyrim again.
Skyrim is fun to.
Skyrim's great.
There's mods.
Show me the Macho Man Dragon.
Right, yeah, until they have that.
Special edition.
Can't even give me an oh yeah at the end. Damn it.
How much though?
40, I bet.
Full
I bet
price.
40. That feels like a $40
I would maybe.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes, but
this
which
will be,
Arcane?
This will be Dishonored.
Of course.
The other
They would
one,
lead with that.
Well, the other one is Arcane Austin.
Right.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm
They
very
had showed a
excited
date
to
for
be here
Skyrim.
today.
Oh, do you see what that fucking shirt is?
Makers of
Press
Dishonored.
sneak.
What's it say on the back of the
Passion is
shirt?
for a very
Yeah, you
specific
can
kind
guess.
of game. First-person immersive games. Our games
What a
blend
dumb joke.
action
That shirt
and
made down at the
simulation
mall.
in a way that makes every player's experience
That is most definitely a middle of the mall
where
ass
players
t-shirt.
Yep.
improvise and where choices have consequences.
It looks like that thing lifts up. Like there's going to be
Games
something underneath. Sneak.
encourage
Yeah, it's
players
release
in order to
date.
try different play styles so that players are free to play their own way. In 2012, we released Dishonored. We were thrilled that the game was so well received by the gamers and the critics all around the world. That was like one of the best feelings for us developers. After that launch, my friend and co-director Harvey Smith took the lead on Dishonored 2. So he went to France in Lyon and worked with the team over there. Meanwhile, I have been busy in Austin working on something else with the team in Austin. And tonight, I have a surprise for you. I'm going to reveal what that surprise is in a minute. It's a new game built on the values that are so dear to Arcane. It's another first-person immersive game set in a dangerous universe. Only this time, we've added a psychological thrill.
That totally sounds like Prey.
Here is the world's first look at
They
what
did
we've
goofy
been
stuff,
up to.
like Portal type stuff in the first one.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. You have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his office. There is no duration set for this meeting.
Alex, you're in this? You're in
It's a
hey.
3 p.m. meeting in
That's a good- that's a-
TransStar Conference
Full
Room
disclosure.
to greenlight research and development plans.
All right.
Please confirm your attendance prior to arrival. The most recent test results from the Cybertronic.
If this is still Prey, they really
Today
changed
is
it up.
Monday, March 15th, 2032.
I thought he hinted that Prey would be
You
later.
have a 9 a.m. appointment with Alex in his
Maybe.
office.
Oh, check that out.
Good morning, Morgan.
Dude is ripped.
Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
They did say a psychological.
Psychological element,
Yeah.
Good morning, Morgan. Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
Man, Prey 2 is weird.
Yeah. Oh, don't put that in your eye.
No, don't do that. No need for that.
Okay.
He's in space now?
Good morning, Morgan.
Getting a real System Shock vibe now.
You're not going to like what I have to say next.
Prey 2 has been canceled.
Yeah,
What?
it is.
Oh,
in
it's
fact,
a reboot?
It's a total.
Just a new
old
Prey.
Prey. Yeah, this
That's a good
has
name.
Nothing
Prey.
to do with.
all right. That looks, nothing like Prey.
That's super weird because the last game was called Prey.
Right.
And here's another game called Prey.
Prey,
The number of people who actually remember Prey is probably not significant enough.
Those people don't run video game
it is
databases.
year 2032.
Fair.
You are the key subject of an experiment meant to alter humanity forever. But things have gone wrong, of course. The space station has been overrun by an alien threat, and you are now being hunted.
I guess at some point
As
this
you
is like
dig
a
into the
completely
dark
different page
secrets of
from even like a
Talos
Prey
and
2
your own
page.
past,
This has nothing to
you
do
must
with that.
survive using all the tools at your disposal.
Get a spirit hawk
on the
again?
station. Your wits, weapons, and mind-bending abilities.
Why call it Prey?
Why call it Prey?
Prey
Yeah.
will be
Because it's
available
a
next year
short
on Xbox
word.
One,
Yeah.
Because
PS4,
Prey is a
and
good
PC.
name for a game.
Yeah.
More to show at the
I can
QuakeCon,
think
so
of
be
other
sure to join us
names
there.
for games
Thank you.
if you guys want.
Let's hear 'em.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so that's what they're doing.
Hi everyone,
Space.
I'm Marty Stratton,
I got
executive
one.
producer
Wait.
of Doom at id
Prey.
Software.
We're talking about
This
Doom.
month,
Oh, yeah.
We had the privilege of releasing
Yes.
one of the most iconic titles in our industry to fans around the world.
I'm sure
Cabela-
nobody's got
Cabela
a trademark
has
on
that.
that.
Sadly,
It's an
Cabela's
incredible
has
legacy,
Hunt.
and we thank you, our fans, for making the Doom launch such a tremendous success. It's been amazing to watch and hear from the millions of players enjoying the many aspects of the game. From those of you gunning for the perfect run through the campaign, to others constantly testing their skills in multiplayer, you continue to inspire our team. Last year, we told you we wanted to put the power of creation in the hands of every player through
Snap
Doom
map.
allowing for an endless stream of new gameplay. And in the coming months, we're excited to be supporting Doom Snap Map with free updates and even more ways to play. We'll be delivering new construction modules, including hell visual themes, as well as new props, objects, weapons, and items. While creators can look forward to new logic options and functionality, like the ability to create true single-player experiences
That's
with
good.
features like the popular weapon wheel found in the campaign.
Okay, not
so you
in there
hold
at
more
all
than
now?
two weapons.
Every Snap Map feature and update is free for every player. For multiplayer, next month we'll release 2 new modes, including a uniquely Doom variant of One Flag CTF called Exodus, as well as an all-new multi-zone capture and hold mode called Sector. Later this summer, we'll turn up the heat with the release of 3 free-for-all modes, including Classic Deathmatch. These modes will be free to all players and playable on any existing or future maps. Also next month, fans can look forward to our first premium Doom DLC pack, Unto the Evil. The first DLC pack includes 3 new multiplayer maps, Offering, Cataclysm, and Ritual. A new playable demon called the Harvester, a new gun, equipment item, armor sets, taunts, and more.
So stuff.
Yeah.
Just a month passed since our launch. We hope you've only scratched the surface of fun we packed.
Free
into
stuff
the
sounds
game.
way more
And we
interesting
can't
than
wait
that.
to
Yeah,
develop
it kinda
more
does.
ways to compete,
Like, new
create,
modes is
play,
big.
and fight like hell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was about what we thought they would say.
Letting you collect more than 2 weapons
Wow,
and
ton of
Snap
great
Map stuff
there
is
for
meaningful.
everyone that's enjoying Doom. And again, we thank you, the fans, for making it such a hit. Doom has received near universal acclaim from critics and players alike for its fast combat,
Are we up there?
over-the-top
Are we up there?
demons, and amazing
They
graphics.
asked me for a couple of quotes. They asked to clear a couple of quotes from
It is
the
also known as a
review.
longtime supporter of shareware, or for you youngsters in the audience, that's what us old guys used to call a demo. And in a nod to that tradition, we decided to offer anyone that hasn't checked out Doom's amazing gameplay a chance to do it for free. So, starting tonight, you can download and play the first level of Doom on Steam, PS4, or Xbox One for free.
The first level the right choice there?
They made a demo.
No, that game doesn't waste time getting but I mean, you want a few weapons and stuff, like maybe like 3 levels in or something.
Well, you don't want to play a level from the middle of the
Super
campaign.
intense action, or you just want to experience state-of-the-art gaming,
Especially if they have a, hey, buy it now at the end of it that lets
And
you
it looks like the end of a shareware game, just like big fucking text all
Let's
over the
shift from
screen.
Demons of Hell to Daedric Princes and Secret Assassin Cults. Please welcome from ZeniMax Online Studios, the Elder Scrolls Online game director, Matt Firor. Matt?
Matt Thyroid?
Matt Thyroid.
Okay.
Your boy Matt Thyroid.
Man.
Matt's got some family there.
Ma'am?
This week is the one-year anniversary of the launch of the Elder Scrolls
Are you all
Online
right?
on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Because we were launching the game this time last year, I was a little busy and I wasn't able to be
The
here.
lower thirds look like
But I
toast
made sure I was here
notifications
this
when they
year to
pop
tell
up.
everyone what's been happening with the Elder Scrolls Online. From the console launch,
Hell yeah! That lady will not be silenced.
ZeniMax Online have been really, really busy. But before I go any further, I want to take a moment and thank all of our fans for your support, your enthusiasm, and your feedback. We take it really seriously, and we continue to work to improve the game. And based on the response, You like the changes? Elder Scrolls Online
Shot to a crowd of people.
best MMOG of 2015
definitely
was
weed.
one of the best-selling games of the year of any kind, and now supports a highly engaged community of over 7 million of you who have been exploring this enormous world of Tamriel. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the Elder Scrolls
We work
Online.
on the game!
I bet there's just super secties up there.
Yeah. You go, Matt!
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, some people are really fucking into this game.
Yeah. Okay, well, that number doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Can you give us some metrics for a trailer? How many, you know? Yeah, here's one.
I love numbers.
Oh,
well,
all right.
That's a lot of mud crabs.
Yeah. That I can understand.
Hilarious.
Now you're speaking my language.
The multiplayer, like, competitive stuff was kind of neat from what I played of it back in the day. Big open world, like, combat stuff with, like, castles and stuff to capture.
Cool. There's a camel.
I didn't know there were camels
There's a bear.
in this world.
That thing.
That's no good.
Nah, that's probably okay.
Is that guy from
Who
Doom?
wants to party?
There's 7 million people playing this?
And growing.
Chronic.
Will you please tell your mom to settle down?
As you can see, the Elder Scrolls Online community is having a lot of fun playing the game. And our player community is still growing.
Can't stop her. Won't stop her.
No, this,
Can't stop,
I'm
won't
very
stop.
happy to announce that on June 23rd,
Oh,
we'll
she's
be
gonna lose it.
expanding
Here we go.
internationally
Here comes
by
another
launching
one.
Elder Scrolls Online in Japan. We look forward to welcoming
Damn it. No love for Japan?
Fuck that shit! I've been playing the game already, I don't care!
We have a lot more great
Fuck
content
Japan!
on the way.
whoa.
For me,
That got weird.
one of my
It got
favorite
political all of a
moments in any RPG ever was the Dark Brotherhood quest in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It was
Jesus Christ.
Man,
Worth it. Worth it.
He's very excited.
It's a great
He
quest
loves the
line.
Elder
Like,
Scrolls.
you know,
Very
if I had
good.
to
You are
pick a
disrupting
thing
the
to
flow.
freak out about.
the Dark Brotherhood DLC game pack on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 this Tuesday. In the Dark Brotherhood DLC, you'll travel to another location from Oblivion, the Gold Coast of Cyrodiil. The Dark Brotherhood has a
He's pausing
appropriately
just in
dark
case.
storyline full of
Yeah.
intrigue and mystery and brings all new repeatable quest gameplay to ESO. So, please enjoy the worldwide debut of the Dark Brotherhood DLC
Big
launch
finish,
trailer.
big finish.
All right.
They faded
it's
out.
Faded it.
Yeah.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me. For the sins of the unworthy.
I just want to
must be
become a skooma dealer.
baptized in
Yeah.
blood and fear. This is the
What is that guy even stabbing?
Initiate.
A heart.
A contract
Just a heart.
calls for murder. Now go, assassin. Take your blade into the night. Be rewarded for your service. In our business of death.
Hey, it's a skeleton.
business is
good.
Not the cat man, please.
Initiate to the Dark Brotherhood.
Are they with you?
This
Could you just turn the foreboding level down by like 1 or 2?
safe.
No, apparently.
Especially from us.
Sweet mother, send your child unto me.
All right, so this is the Stabbin' Fools
Yeah.
expansion.
Yeah, that's cool.
She was doing that the entire time.
Yeah.
With one sustained note.
It's like a fucking balloon.
We're already having fun sneaking around Tamriel and learning more about
gonna say,
this
yeah,
mysterious group.
I feel like
and we can't
this
wait to
stuff
see
is
what
already
happens
out.
when our console players get to experience the Dark Brotherhood this week.
That was like one of the guilds
that's
that
not
was just
all.
not in that game
A
before.
core
Really? That's
philosophy
everyone's
in the Elder
favorite.
Scrolls
I wasn't
Online
there.
is to constantly make the game
That's
better.
Fighters Guild and Mages
Since
Guild at
launch,
launch.
we've regularly
So,
been adding innovative
They add
features
thieves
such as
at any
the
point?
justice system and
Maybe?
the champion system.
Maybe.
And we're about to make another game changer. Tonight, we're announcing one Tamriel, marking another major evolution of gameplay in the Elder Scrolls Online.
One server.
With one Tamriel, all characters will be automatically leveled to content in the world, allowing them to freely group with anyone they want, and also to explore the vast world of Tamriel with no level restrictions. This means
she's blown away. She's fucking ascended.
No restrictions on alliances and questing. The moment you get out of the tutorial, the entire game world is open for you to explore freely. You can go wherever you want and play with whomever you want.
Loves this game.
This is the first time this has ever been done in a multi-platform RPG. We'll think you'll
I mean,
love
it's
it.
infectious. This is the most positive I've ever felt about this game.
I think they also did say there might be some cross-platform stuff. Is that what they?
No.
It's that it's the Elder Scrolls Online.
It adjusts to your level.
That's all.
So it'll just
In
scale
closing,
to whatever.
I want to thank the awesome
Hang on,
Elder
here it
Scrolls
comes.
Online community for your support. We never take it for granted.
Especially
we work hard
you.
every day to make your Elder Scrolls Online experience the awesome adventure you want and deserve. Thanks, everyone.
Could you just bring her on stage and dance with her like Bruce Springsteen and Courtney Cox?
Are they looking for her? They're
Totally
are.
She's a stunt granny.
Thank you, Matt. Well done. Now, we want you to
Bring
get
Matt
as much
back.
as possible out of this year's showcase. So, this year, after we're done here in the hangar, we're just going to keep the showcase going. Now, for those of you watching at home, our pre-show hosts, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb, will be back to take over the stream, and they'll bring you exclusive interviews and more information about all the games that we're talking about here tonight. Here in Los Angeles, we've built an interactive space over on the other side of the lot where you have a chance to learn
really
more about our
explore
games,
the
play
space,
some of them,
you know?
and meet some of our developers. Over there is also food, drink, and to make
Snoop
sure it's a
Dogg.
real party, we have arranged a special performance
A
by
real
Blink
party.
182, who will drop their new album.
She's not a Blink
Drop
182
their
fan.
new album, California, in a couple of weeks, and you get to hear them live tonight as they start their summer tour.
Drop their new album.
Now we have another treat for you over there as well. A chance to experience the latest in virtual reality from Bethesda.
What? Doom. Doom VR would be great.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
We call this next one
Now,
the
first
Fuck
time
John
anyone
Carmack Simulator.
experienced modern VR was at E3 2012.
Vive only.
If you remember enough, you may remember getting to play Doom 3 BFG in our booth. Now,
Giant Bomb says it was mine.
Yeah, I did in fact say that.
Did you?
Posed
I
by
totally
VR,
did.
and people were amazed. Since then, we've
They didn't ask for
continued
approval on
our
that
pioneer
one.
work
Yeah.
in VR,
The
and
fuck?
tonight we want you to see and
probably
experience
asked like
what
5
you
years
feel
ago.
when you put on a headset and play the latest AAA games in the industry. Now we have 2 games for you to experience. The first is the just released Doom.
Wait.
Okay.
You can
That
take a
in VR.
virtual tour of hell and get a totally unique look at the very latest in graphics.
That sounds like
All
walk
from
around.
the
walk
next-gen
around.
rendering
That's what the
of
Deus
the
Ex thing
6
was.
engine. In addition, we think the greatest promise of VR is its ability to immerse players completely into virtual worlds, and that the best games for that experience will be first-person open-world RPGs.
What?
So we have Fallout 4 for you to play as well.
Wow.
Play or is it?
Like if it's the actual game.
That's what they say.
Wander the Wasteland, check out the iconic Red
Okay.
Rocket, try combat.
Oh.
I'm telling you, with the Pip-Boy on your arm,
Well,
the
it sounds
dog
like you
by
could
your
try
side,
things
gun
that
in your
are
hand,
Fallout
it's
4 in
pretty
this.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Tonight, we're pleased
That
to
guy.
announce that
like,
Fallout 4
no, she
will
won.
be released
Stop.
in 2017
Her voice
on
just
the
got hoarse. That's her.
HTC Vive platform.
Five.
Yeah,
Vive only.
naturally.
2017.
Naturally.
Yep.
And if you thought survival mode was an intense way to experience Fallout, you ain't seen nothing yet. We want to give you a glimpse into where we're headed with VR, where you can expect us to remain a leader.
Time when the
offering our
quests
games on
break,
the very
you
best
die in the
platforms
real
you
world.
choose. So be sure to check it out. Now, for more on the second half of the showcase, let's check in with Adam and Morgan to see what's happening and get an update on what they have planned. Adam,
He's
Morgan,
throwing?
What do you have for us?
Thanks, Pete. Now, we are here at BE3+, and this is sort of this experience that you guys are going to get to see after the showcase. We have some Bethesda
This
VR
definitely feels
over here.
pre-taped.
Now, right now, there's
they
no line, so that's
picked
kind
it
of
up
tempting,
before the
isn't it?
toss.
Taking advantage of that. And over here, Elder Scrolls Legends for everyone to play. Pete, I fully expect to see you at one of these tables showing off that card mastery skill I know you possess.
Now, in here, Adam and I are actually going to be interviewing some of the developers that you guys just saw their games on stage, so we're going to have a lot more information for you. So everybody on the stream needs to stay tuned for that after the showcase.
Lots of good info, but for the moment, let's go back to Pete and even more games.
Even more games.
Thank you,
You
Adam
think-
and
you
Morgan.
think they
We
sell
will see
that
you
as a
guys
separate
in
game?
a few minutes.
Fall
But
VR?
we're not
Yes,
going anywhere
I
just
do.
yet because there is one
Maybe
more
an
thing
upgrade.
that we think you are going to
Yeah,
want to
there's
see.
been a case for like a
Last
DLC
year, we
upgrade.
announced that a sequel to Dishonored was in development, marking a new chapter to the Game of the Year from Arcane Studios. We shared a few tidbits about the sequel, but for the most part, you could say we've been in stealth mode. Until now. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Dishonored 2 is going to be a very special game.
I mean, you could
one
have.
that lives up to its celebrated legacy and then goes way beyond. To tell you more, please join me in welcoming the creative
All right, what about,
director
like,
of Dishonored 2,
Dishonored
Harvey
2
Smith.
phone game where I'm sending assassins to kill people.
Wow. Thanks, Pete. Hi, everybody. In Dishonored, you play a supernatural assassin in a steampunk city. The game blends combat, stealth, and mobility, giving you many different pathways and approaches. When the original Dishonored was released in 2012, you embraced the game and made it your own. You discovered moves and combinations of powers that we didn't even imagine. We were thrilled by your passion for Dishonored, and we were humbled by the success of the game, which won more than 100 Game of the Year awards. At last year's E3, we announced Dishonored 2. So tonight, here with all of you for the first time, we're going to show you the game.
All right. Weed.
Very tall typewriter.
Yeah, it seems inefficient.
Very round, too.
I don't know, it seems pretty ergonomic. Like if you think about a typewriter, you're hunched over it. Like if it was all at eye level,
Yeah,
you could really fucking go. That actually sounds nice.
In an
I'm trying not to
alternate-
hunch over this
Welcome
laptop.
back to the Empire of the Isles.
In an alternate dimension where legal-sized
fantasy
paper
world
won the
with a
day.
distinct style and an exotic cast of characters. For Dishonored 2, we wanted to explore a new location, Karnaca, the jewel of the South. Our approach to world creation is very layered. Our art and design
Destro looking
is
dudes.
Yeah,
to create a
face thing
strong
going.
sense of place with a well-realized culture.
And
It's based on
blood?
the
Yeah,
people living
the
there,
weird
the
blood
work they
grates.
do, the architecture, economy, the climate, even the food and songs.
This place feels humid.
Yes.
I'm like getting uncomfortable walking.
Well, it's supposed to be
place.
Mediterranean.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, everything looks very wet.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of crickets.
Yep.
No, they've all been eaten by the blood
In order
flies.
to bring Karnaca to life, we've created a custom game engine designed to support our signature art direction and level design. We wanted Dishonored 2 to resemble a painting in motion, so we've given considerable thought to our lighting and the way it plays across every surface. We've created custom tools to support the interruptible, real-time narrative scenes necessary for a stealth simulation. And the same is true for our approach to audio, both in terms of atmospherics and stealth gameplay. All of these details make Karnaca more vivid thanks to our new technology, which we call the Void Engine.
The Void, another fine name instead of Prey?
Sure.
I'd like to see this interruptible narrative sequence you speak of.
Yes.
Push B to skip.
In crafting spaces for you to
Yeah.
explore, we've got
Cool.
several creative goals.
I got
The
it.
environment
tall
to be
cards.
coherent and complete.
All the paper's tall.
Where do these characters live and how do they get to work? Is there a viable pathway that makes sense? Where do they take their breaks or stop for lunch?
This place just seemed bad.
But
It just
goes
seems like a bad
further than
place.
that.
Bugs
For
are
Dishonored
gross.
2, we felt
Yep.
compelled to ask ourselves about the history
I
of a
hate
given
this song.
street or shop. What was there a decade before the player arrives in
Turtle
Karnaca?
Museum.
Often you can see the layers of history, watermarks on the wall from past floods, peeling posters and advertisements from years ago. We want every market, every alley to tell a story and to offer you the chance to see something novel or intriguing.
Is that just your normal patrol path, or is it
Yeah.
a shortcut?
Feels like
Also,
maybe there was a staircase just a little bit further down.
Just put your sword away before you jump up places. That seems dangerous.
Nah, I'm good.
Dishonored 2 starts and ends in Dunwall, but
good
most
looking
of
water.
the action takes place here in Karnaca.
This is a good ass looking game.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Not arguing with that.
All right, there you go. Your first look at Dishonored 2.
I feel like they were like, now we're going to show you the game, and then totally did not do that.
Well, they took a tour
I mean, they
through the
technically
engine.
sort of did that, but not actually.
It's just a VR game where you can just walk around.
Yeah.
All the passion you've given the game.
What's he holding?
In the first Dishonored game, you played Corvo
Detonator.
Atano,
Maybe we'll
falsely
get.
accused of killing the Empress, the woman he loved and was sworn to protect. And you were blamed for the abduction of their daughter, Emily Caldwin. After escaping on the night of his execution, Corvo is gifted with supernatural powers and dedicates himself to avenging the death of the Empress and restoring young Emily to the throne. As we began to work on Dishonored 2, a single question haunted us. What became of Emily Caldwin? How would her experiences affect her, and what kind of ruler would she become? We envisioned Emily grown up, 25 years of age, and then we began to imagine what she'd be like as a heroic figure, as someone fighting for her life against the forces of deceit. We developed a vision for Emily Caldwin that excited us, and at E3 last year, we shared that vision with the world. Dishonored 2 is set 15 years after the first game. Emily Caldwin rules the Empire, watched over by her father, Corvo Atano.
All right. It was just a slide clicker.
Imperial Majesty Emily Caldwin.
Oh.
Yes.
We're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Caldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Emily.
You look tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the
I like the art style a lot.
Yeah.
Me too.
Again, the aesthetics of this game, the first one was pretty fantastic.
These assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Dad, stop telling people I'm a Batman.
Yeah.
I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
It's a comfy looking chair.
Yeah, I'd sit in that chair.
When an otherworldly usurper seizes the throne, the fate of the Empire is left hanging in the balance.
Well, that seemed like where it was going to go.
The choice of playing as Empress Emily Caldwin or the Royal Protector, Corvo Atano. Emily and Corvo are both fully voiced this time with their own perspectives and emotional responses to the events transpiring around them. Whoever you choose to play, you've got to flee Dunwall, your home, and travel to Karnaca in order to unravel the threads of a conspiracy and take back what's yours.
Gotta get away.
God, that looks
I should
great.
talk to the captain of that ship.
That's not safe either.
Nope.
You get the hands in front? Oh, damn it.
Dishonored is known for unscripted, simulation-driven missions where no two players ever have the same experience.
Wow. No
There are
two
many
players?
pathways to explore as you
never.
penetrate well-defended locations. Numerous ways to find and eliminate nefarious
Brad, you'll take your
targets.
Hitman skills to this.
Crafting the missions for
ready.
Dishonored 2, we've put a much greater emphasis on big, interesting themes, either from a gameplay or fictional standpoint, making each mission a wildly unique place to explore. I'll explain a little bit more about that. Today we're going to show you the Dust District, an industrial ruin ravaged by
I was like, okay, that also wasn't necessarily gameplay.
Right.
Like really, like
they're letting us
shows
breathe,
some
huh?
stuff.
In the Dust District,
there's an
a
X on the
religious
screen.
faction called the Overseers is at war with the Howler Gang. The leaders of both factions are trying to take each other down. You can side with
great,
the Overseers
the
or
art style, the
Howlers
faces
for
look
neither.
really great.
Their
Yeah,
goal is
really.
to complete the mission.
She'll tell you more. I'll wait here in the skiff and take you back to the dreadful whale after
I like that they just don't try to make them look realistic. Like,
Right.
everything is a little bit twisted and weird.
Taxes, taxes, taxes. Am I right?
I'm always painting that on
Everything you
shit.
see here is
It's like more realistic looking Team Fortress
designed
characters,
to create
basically.
atmospheric and exploration-rich spaces.
Batista?
Yeah, Batista's in this one.
He has an overlook?
Yep.
doing well for himself.
Yeah, he's doing all right. You know,
To reach our
first a
target,
balcony, then
Vice
an overlook.
Overseer
How big is
Byrne,
Batista's
we've got
overlook?
to get past a Grand Guard checkpoint
10
sealed
miles
off by a wall
diameter.
of
Whoa,
light.
I heard it was big, but
A cruel security device reinstated by the Duke of Serkonos.
Orders from the Duke. We're losing too many people. Good soldiers blinded by that hallucinogenic powder the Howlers used, then stabbed to death or dragged down by the Abbey's hounds.
Say Howler juice?
Howler
Good name for a fake drug.
I think he said that the Howlers used. Right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It was something dust. Was that, wait, what was the drug?
Kind of hallucinogenic dust.
That won't happen until someone manages to kill either Paulo or Vice Overseer.
We've made much greater use of vertical space for Dishonored 2, encouraging players to explore the rooftops above the streets.
Out of my ears.
Oh no!
Ah, wow.
Peace.
We don't even know what that guy was doing.
Hanging out in the wrong place, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes an empress just has to straight murder somebody.
Yep. Tough choices.
Hey.
All right, there's a guy here.
Where'd my friend go?
Oh, well.
Make sure his cell phone doesn't fall.
Nope. I thought it was going to be a push off the roof.
So did I.
Yeah. Eat that apple.
The storm alters visibility for the AI and for the player. A random storm hits and Emily comments on it. Many of the security devices in Dishonored 2 are powered by wind, a unique feature of Karnaca. So here we're switching off the windmill to get through the wall of light. There'll be a lot going on in this next fight. Drop attack, guards climbing and vaulting, combat choke, and Emily using far reach to pull an explosive whale oil tank toward her from a distance.
Spoilers.
You don't want to get that on the way down? You really want
Yeah,
to?
no. What? That looks weird.
Oh, God.
That's what
Peace.
just happened there. Okay.
Oh, he was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot.
I mean, you. Oh, well, whatever.
You can throw
Just gonna toss
throwing
them off.
stars? Yeah, all right.
All right, right in the butt.
All right.
Shoot
You
the guy
shot
in the
that
ass
man
for a while.
Right.
in the butt.
Target Vice Overseer Byrne. The Overseers are fighting the Howler Gang for the hearts and minds of the people of Karnaca. What happens here will influence Karnaca's future and the endgames.
The Chancellor, the Eyeless,
The Vice Overseer hasn't shared his plans with me. He's upstairs now, so I...
Is that like limb targeting? Do you see that?
Yeah.
Here we're
Well,
gonna
I
use
think
Emily's
it's targeting something on his
mesmerize
belt.
power to lull a group of Overseers into a stupor.
He's got a pouch
evading
there.
combat
Right.
altogether.
Oh.
Mesmerized, they
Fuck?
won't notice
What?
Emily
Is
or
that a
even
feather?
remember that she was
No.
here.
The fuck is that?
It's a
mesmerizing.
hypnotizing thing.
Like a bunch of iron shavings. Got the dog too.
Yeah.
That's cool looking.
I mean, don't do a dog like that.
Dog hypnosis is immoral.
Far Reach can be upgraded not only to pull objects from a distance, but also enemies, so you can finish them off in midair.
Okay.
Is this going to be the grappling hook E3?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
This time,
That's where
all
things
of
seem to be
Emily's
headed.
powers,
Good,
which
good.
are new, and all of Corvo's can be fully upgraded using entirely new skill trees,
Sleeping.
giving
Go to
you
bed.
the ability
Yep.
to
Sleeping.
customize more deeply. If you're new to the Dishonored series, it's all about options and exploration, playing at your own pace. The game has many different pathways through each mission, and also different approaches, stealth or combat, lethal or non-lethal, and a wide array of supernatural powers that will dramatically change the experience as you play. We're very close to Vice Overseer Byrne's office now.
The Duke will topple soon. The Sisters of the Oracular Order have seen it, and I feel it in my bones. So this stalemate with the Howlers must be resolved.
Byrne is giving a briefing using a projector. We're going to plant a stun mine and then link several of the Overseers with Emily's domino power, so that whatever happens to one of them will happen to all of them. They share the same fate.
Is this going to be confusing to do?
Probably a little bit.
I mean, this isn't like the first thing you do in this game.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
ideally, there's some build up to
Yeah.
this.
Whatever witchcraft he has,
Switching off the projector will attract Vice Overseer Byrne's attention, and when the mine affects one Overseer, it will affect
The chandelier going to fall on his head?
Huh. That's funny.
Yeah.
Right away.
What are those two guys doing?
Just sitting at a desk hanging out.
Commentary.
Yeah.
Okay, so the mine is going to...
Say it!
There are many
Domino,
creative ways to
motherfucker.
use Domino. Now we're going to show you Shadow
Not sure what just happened.
another key power
Like
for
link
Emily.
them
It's a real
mentally.
ghetto jam. Yeah.
All right.
Shadowwalk is
He used
used
to have
for
two
fatality
legs.
combat.
Yeah.
You saw it in the announced trailer that we made for the game, and you can fully use it in the game. Like all the powers, it can be upgraded in a variety of ways. With Vice Overseer Byrne out of the picture, the leader of the Howlers will owe Emily a favor, and that's just one way to complete the Dust District mission. Before closing today, we want to demonstrate another signature environment from a mission called A Crack in the Slab. It's another example of the missions in Dishonored 2 and how they're built around big, interesting themes. This mission takes place in a ruined manor that's been sealed for several years. At the start, the outsider appears and explains that reality was warped inside this place after an occult event. Your supernatural powers won't work inside the manor, and even time behaves strangely, allowing you to travel back and forth between the ruined present and the past when the manor was lavish and refined.
It's like that Heroes game.
Yes.
Here we're in the present when the manor's in ruins.
It's like that Heroes game.
Yeah. Gemini?
Gemini Heroes Reborn. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. That looks cool.
That's cool. Oh,
Now
all right.
we've moved
Yeah.
backwards
Yeah.
years into the past when the manor was still inhabited and guarded.
Huh.
Looking through the lenses of the outsider's timepiece, you can see the alternate timeline. This is useful for solving puzzles, as you've seen, but it can also be used to avoid or take down enemies. You can watch enemies in the alternate timeline and then step through to execute.
That's fucking
your
really neat.
plans.
Yeah.
Man.
Fuck you. Peace.
Let me tell you about this game, Gemini.
Yeah.
So you can just appear right in their face and just stab them?
Seems like it.
Oh, wait.
Why does he...
Oh,
he's
he's the
dead?
body.
Oh,
Yeah, but he
awesome.
doesn't know what's going on.
And then, ha. Oh, okay, that's really cool.
Bye.
We hope you're going to love the game as much as we
Yeah.
do.
That's a cool
Here's a
thing
cool-
to tease at the end there.
Yep. It's like, hey, look, we're trying some stuff.
Yeah.
I have to
Totally.
once again give a shout out to my team in France. They've worked so hard and they are so passionate about the game. And the first game, they're really ready for you to get you guys to get your hands on it, and you don't have to wait long. All of you can leave your mark on the Empire of the Isles because Dishonored 2 will release on PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and PC November 11th, 2016.
Really?
All right.
That game seemed early what they were showing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Before I go, I've got one more thing for you.
But the week after
This
Call of
is
Duty?
the
Dishonored
worldwide
Shelter.
launch of the Dishonored 2 gameplay trailer. You're seeing it here first. Good night.
There's a lot of Dishonored.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand.
I mean,
it
it's the
looks
next
great.
big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the week after Call of Duty?
I think
Somewhere
so,
in there. Yep. Saw this, but
Is this Stevie Nicks cover?
Well, no, it sounds like. I mean, it's Goldust Woman, but
yeah.
it's a deep cut
Cool.
for a game trailer.
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. There was that whole cover too. Like it's a
that's
fairly well-known song.
I mean, you search Google for songs with dust.
Yeah.
right?
I mean, this is pretty much just what every cover
Yeah.
song sounds like
Yeah,
now.
it is.
But
Yeah. I'd like to think that it's just like a collection of people that are just trying to make covers of songs for
Yeah.
game and movie trailers.
yeah, they're all on YouTube.
Yeah.
A lot of necks getting fucked up in this game. Huh?
Yep. This game hates
Protect
necks.
it. It's the whole thing.
I want like Walk of Life to get this treatment.
I mean, after seeing like the components of stuff from this game, like this trailer seems really underwhelming.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like the game looks really cool.
Oh,
that's
shitty.
Oh, does that kill all of them through
Yes. Yes. When they do that linking thing, anything that kills one kills them all.
That's a shitty way to die.
You're just standing away from a guy and all of a sudden you got a knife in your throat? Yeah.
I didn't do anything wrong, but Dan was standing in the wrong goddamn place.
Yeah, I got stabbed in the mouth, and now sorry, man.
Shit.
I couldn't have guessed that would have happened.
It's not really your fault either.
Yeah.
Just a whole game of dope coats.
Yeah.
Yeah. That made a good impression.
Yeah. Yep. They really gave it space. They were like,
Yes.
all right, what do you need? 25, 30 minutes?
Right.
Yeah. Go for it.
It's their, it's their big thing for the holidays.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Looks really good.
Yeah, looks really, really good.
Very excited about Dishonored 2. Could I please have another round of applause for the very shy and took off Harvey Smith?
Harvey's a good guy.
And everyone at Arcane Studios, those guys are fantastic. They've been working their butts off. Now, one of the things that Dishonored fans have been asking about a lot is whether or not we're going to do a collector's edition. So tonight, I'm happy to confirm that, yes,
get a Corvo
we're
mask.
doing a limited number of Dishonored 2
Good work.
collector's editions.
Yeah, all right.
Oh.
The collector's edition comes with a very cool replica of Corvo's mask as well as Emily's ring, and it'll be available through retailers around the globe, but supplies are limited, and as we saw with Fallout 4 last year, and you know who you are, they go out quickly. So if you want one, I suggest that you pre-order one before they all go away.
Oh, it was
Also,
you.
If you pre-order or digitally pre-purchase any version of Dishonored 2
Get
for
one.
a limited time only, you will get a free copy of Dishonored Definitive
Nice.
Edition, which
All right,
includes
that's
the
good.
original,
That's solid.
critically acclaimed game, plus all of the add-on content remastered for the current generation of consoles.
What was the add-on stuff for Dishonored?
There was a really good, like, The Witches of something DLC where you played a different character.
It's on
Okay.
PC
Games
as
like
well,
Dishonored
right?
2
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all of the games that we've shown here tonight don't happen by accident.
That was a
There
good PC
are
version.
Wonderfully talented, dedicated people working hard every day to build games that thrill and inspire all of us. And I want to take a moment to recognize and thank the entire Bethesda team and all of our studios. So if you take a look, you'll see teams from all over the world who are joining us now.
Slow down.
Would you please would you please join me in thanking them all for their incredible and dedicated work?
Yeah, good on them.
Yes.
Yeah. Good hustle.
Hi, teams.
Yeah.
All right, get back to crunch.
Hope the lady's back.
Yeah. Now get back in your hole.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Generate some assets.
So, from Quake Champions to Dishonored 2, from The Elder Scrolls Legends to Prey, plus all of the new content for Doom, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 4, and Fallout Shelter, and the latest in virtual reality gaming, it should be another big year for Bethesda. Now, this has already
What, the
been
latest
a
in
great night,
VR
and we want to
gaming.
commemorate this moment and give you guys something special to remember.
Link
it by.
182.
With the game not coming out
For all
until
of you here in Los
2017, it
Angeles, when
technically
you
is the
leave tonight,
latest.
You'll get a special T-shirt.
We're not there, Dan. We're not.
Oh, man.
Yeah, sorry, we don't get one.
commemorating
I wear
this event
t-shirts.
and all of the games that we've shown. And for those of you watching the stream at home, Adam and Morgan have T-shirts to give away, so keep watching for a chance to get yours.
Adam
And
Sessler
that
just
is
aiming
everything we have to
wildly with
show
a
you from
T-shirt
this
gun.
stage.
Yeah.
So if you're here with me in the
All
hangar,
right.
you can head over to the other side of the lot. If you're watching online, don't go anywhere. Adam and Morgan are about to take over the second half of the stream for the rest of our showcase. From all of us at Bethesda, thank you all so much for playing our games and joining us. That's it for me. Have a great night. Adam and Morgan, take it away.
I'm getting drunk.
All right. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a show.
That was a show.
No big shockers.
Quake.
Oh, I guess Quake.
People started
here,
saying Quake over the last
Yeah.
like day and a half.
Yeah.
You started
Yeah.
hearing more and more people going like, because they updated a website
Yeah, some domain registration stuff.
and yeah, some other stuff like that that made Quake sound real.
I heard it said at the event we were at right before this in
Yeah.
a way that seemed convincing, and then
There you go.
Sure enough.
Yeah.
There it
What do
is.
you know?
Yeah. Quake Champions.
What a world.
Character abilities.
Yeah.
Is that I guess, right? Like,
I'm not
you know,
anti that
they
until I
didn't
see
say
what it
that.
looks like.
They did say unique abilities.
Yeah, they did. They did say that. Okay.
They did say that. So
Play the way you want to, or something like that.
Along those lines.
yeah, with different characters, which
I guess you got to have something like that.
I think there's I mean, it depends on how they do it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you look at, I mean, just Overwatch just went out of their way to be like, well, we made a guy that's like the standard shooter guy.
Right.
You have to imagine that the Quake guy plays like you think.
Yeah.
With abilities that fit into that.
Yeah.
So, that's, I mean, they didn't really say a lot about it. I think that's a good looking trailer, a good looking CG thing.
Yeah.
But,
No eyeball, no orb.
That's
yet.
something
Saving
for
it for
QuakeCon.
QuakeCon.
That's the thing that you show at QuakeCon, because those are the people that go like,
those are
Whereas
your
like
people.
the wider audience, if you show them a hopping eyeball fighting all these other characters, they
Never
might be
stop
like,
back?
they'd be like, what the fuck?
And all QuakeCon attendees will get their own eyeball.
I like to think an eyeball with legs is universal, but
that's just the kids today. I don't think they would get it.
Yeah.
Mad
no
balls.
appreciation for the classics.
Yeah, Mad Balls.
Bad boy.
Do a license.
As much as I'm sorry,
Well, I was gonna say, you think it's a full price game?
I don't know. I have no
Who
idea.
knows?
Like,
I think yes.
I don't know. Like Quake Live has apparently been pretty successful
Yeah,
for them as
I
a
think so.
free thing
Yeah.
with premium, versions
Yeah.
or premium offering or whatever. So
it
But
just
so I
could
bet they're
maybe-
paying attention to Overwatch. Like, people
Yeah.
will spend money on these.
yeah. That
they're
seems like
good.
that's the thing that Lawbreakers did is they went from free to play to like, how about it's not free to play?
Okay, so that character has a teleport. Like, there's
Right.
there's some abilities being shown here.
Yeah.
Something had like a shockwave thing.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I was invested in the idea of a reboot of Quake 1 with that weird Lovecraftian mishmash and like what that would be in this day and age, like the idea of a new Quake game that is just a new multiplayer game is like maybe the smartest way to go with this.
They're probably right to focus on that stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, the campaigns of Quake were never really. I mean, look, I enjoyed playing through Quake 1 the one time I did, and actually just replaying it, I was like, oh, this actually still is decent.
Yeah.
I liked Quake 2 exactly once. Quake 3 didn't need a campaign to get it done, and the Quake 4 campaign was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And not made by it.
Yeah,
So,
thank fuck there are no Strogg. Like, this is not a.
Well, I mean, there
might be
probably be a character.
But what
that
I mean
is
is,
straight up
this is not
Strogg,
this is
but
not a continuation of the Quake
Right.
2, Quake
Yeah.
4, like boring space zombie
They
shit.
they have a Zero like as the final
Man, that'd be good.
the final dude.
That'd be good.
Just like a retelling of Quake 3.
Just your Quake monk.
Yeah.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
What else? Prey.
Yes, the new Prey.
Psychological. First person exploration,
seems-
they say.
Yeah.
That seems far off, and nothing was
Yes.
anywhere close to gameplay there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's stuff.
The setting looked, for what it was, looked all right.
Even the
It looked
titles?
interesting.
It
Your eye
looks
got picked up.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
what defines a Prey game?
Nothing.
Portals?
Alien?
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
aliens in it.
The
Prey
Portal thing
game.
was when they originally announced Prey. It was check out this Portal thing we can do.
Right.
And then when Prey finally came out, they still did that.
Yeah.
But by so much time has passed that like I don't know that it was that impressive.
It's the jukebox. It's the interactive jukebox.
yeah.
It's the thing that links
Yeah,
it together.
right.
Cat scratch fever.
Right.
But I mean, Prey. Even if you like Prey, like there's nothing remarkable about it that you feel like that would have to be followed up on here.
It's the name. I mean, it's a good name.
They zoomed in on like, oh, you're prey. That means someone is hunting you. That means someone is like you're being studied, something like that. And
Someone gave you pink eye.
Like
yeah.
something.
It's super system shocky, right? Like
Yes.
in a space
Yeah.
station.
Yeah.
There sounds like there's some authoritarian voices.
Yes. I got it. Yeah, some bit of a System Shock 2 vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, it's maybe a shame that that original promise of Prey 2 it won't get realized. But I don't know that anyone necessarily thought that.
Yeah.
Even knowing that, like, even having a good inkling that like Prey 2 or something Prey was coming back. Like, I don't think anyone was like, and it's just going to be that. It's just going to be they're
Right.
making that game.
Yeah.
Like, no, that so much time has passed with that doesn't even make sense.
To be fair,
so.
that is also still a pretty far divergence from what they had seen. Like it's not it's not even close to the same
It's
premise
probably
or
just-
anything.
They just sat down and said like, we want to make a new game, and also we own the name Prey.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's a good tight name that we can use, even if original Prey was goofy and Prey 2 had this whole fiasco. Like, maybe they just want to make good on the Prey name.
It's a good
It's a
short
name.
name, like
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, one syllable.
Prey, Doom, Quake.
Yeah. That trademark work is done. Like, don't
Right, they own it. They can just use it.
The Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes.
Dishonored.
Right, good short names.
So
And then Dishonored. Look.
yeah, Dishonored
Yeah,
looks
good.
really good.
Gorgeous.
Like, for as much as I was not a Dishonored 1 fan, like I looked at that one, like I will definitely give Dishonored another shot when they
Yeah,
put that
I-
out. Like
same.
that looks really sharp.
Let's talk about Fallout VR. Or any of that VR stuff.
I don't know.
Didn't really elaborate on that
The
at all.
Doom thing didn't sound like it
The
was
Doom thing
play
sound-
Doom.
Right.
Yeah,
That sounded like here, we have a thing here where you can walk around hell.
But he said like
Which-
2017 Fallout VR.
Yeah.
And he's saying
Yeah.
like, oh, you've got a Pip-Boy on your arm.
That, I
Like,
mean, that
that's a-
sounds like the game in VR,
Yeah.
from what he said.
For Vive, so yeah, you would
You could pull this up
it
and
would
see the
track
Pip-Boy
the hand,
and
so
so
you would
that could-
theoretically.
that's cool. I mean,
sounds kind of neat.
Yeah.
I just wonder, yeah, I mean, I guess that's just Fallout 4 with the VR stuff bolted on. Like, at what point, you know, you think about a Vive, you think about player movement, you think about with the wands, it doesn't become a teleport thing.
Oh, yeah,
the way a lot of
actually.
the other Vive games do.
I guess there's nothing like a D-pad or something that would move you on those
Right.
controllers,
There,
right?
I mean, there are those discs
there's
do
this-
push
that's
in.
true.
You
I guess
could
you can
use
walk
that,
around
but-
with those.
But generally, that's, you know, standing up doing movement is the thing that a lot of larger developers don't necessarily want to do because that's it'll get you sick, best practice sort of thing.
Sure.
Maybe they do want to get you sick. Maybe that's what they're after.
Yeah, then
They're just so pissed about VR. They're
then
just
put
like,
it on
fuck
PlayStation VR and make it work with that PS4 version.
There you
'cause
go.
With that performance then doubled, it would be a nightmare. I don't know. That's
Of the Fallout stuff, that's the thing that made me like, huh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorting machines and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Right,
I don't know.
yeah.
The DLC stuff
like
just
that
seemed
stuff's
like,
not-
okay, yeah, that's what they're doing.
I just don't
Yeah,
trust it
I'm-
because it sucked building stuff in Fallout 4.
I'm bummed that they're focusing so much on more workshop stuff.
Yeah.
for
So
the-
What if they make
like-
it better, though?
It doesn't. The thing is, like,
it's
I don't.
fundamentally just not that entertaining.
Yeah.
I
That's the thing
didn't
is, like, I
enjoy
think
the
there's a
interface.
segment of that audience,
Yeah.
including me,
people-
that
people
like that
will
stuff,
love that
and
stuff.
like, there's just not
But it's
there's
not.
never going to be a crossover case,
Yeah.
you know.
yeah.
Just visually, it was always that same rustic, you know, like, it just looked like shit.
And then to what end? Like, what were you building stuff for? Like,
'Cause it
just
looks
for the
cool.
joy of it?
Yeah,
As you
I
wanted
like
to.
building
know,
stuff.
but
Like-
I want it to be more fun to engage with it if that's the only reason.
Yeah,
for doing
like
it.
if there was
I
like
guess
a
that's the vault stuff, right? Is like it looks like what they're saying is like build these
Oh.
vaults
Yeah.
and then experiment on people.
yeah,
and
maybe
there were
maybe that's the
quests
thing.
or
'Cause
something.
that's my big. I don't have a problem with building stuff. You know, I played a lot of Minecraft.
Right.
I played a lot of Terraria. Like I've done that sort of stuff. But in Fallout, there was so much other game there that like I'm going to build
Right.
this for no real reason and and zero benefit. It's not even a multiplayer thing where I can show off my creation to another person easily. Like it just there was no end to that.
And
So
then, what is that last DLC? Wasteland Vacation? Is
Oh,
that
that
the name
amusement
of that?
park
It
thing?
looks like an amusement
Like
park.
a Nuka-Cola
Yeah,
world?
is that just an
Like a
amusement
Disney World
or is
stuff.
that
That seems
probably
cool.
a series of quests around a haunted amusement park.
Yeah,
Scooby
good
Doo
job.
is very.
I'm
big
into
video
that.
Actually, you
games.
know, it looked like it was inhabited by like people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's more exciting.
Maybe it's like another Diamond City.
Another hub,
Right.
yeah.
So Far Harbor is your big story add-on for
the foreseeable
Fallout
future.
4, and that's kind of it, I guess.
Well, this might be
see.
another landmass too. You don't know.
maybe.
Yeah, this seems like it was only really covering the summer, so there might be other stuff down the road that they're working
yeah.
on.
I mean, maybe they just go deep on this thing for a long time.
But
Maybe they finish out the season pass and make more stuff.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
But they definitely didn't. It felt like they understood that there was a mixed response to Fallout. They didn't lean into Fallout 4 for like half the show, which
Right.
they could have done.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they have plenty of new
Yeah.
stuff to focus on. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the Doom VR thing sounded like. So I saw a Deus Ex VR thing not that long ago. They're putting it out separately from the game. It's part of like a benchmark test for like, hey, can your PC run Deus Ex? Also, if you happen to have a Rift, you can walk around like 5 environments from Deus Ex. Not a game, just we took these environments and threw them into VR, and I did it and went like, okay. Like there was nothing to it. So I wonder if Doom is just going to be that.
Yeah. Well, you figure a lot of these engine teams are getting the VR work done anyway, so you might as well like attach the name of your game to VR in some way.
And I wonder if they ever put the Doom thing out for anyone else to try, or if that's
I
just
hope
like
so.
a thing here.
I
Like
would
that,
hope so.
we're talking about Fallout 4 in terms of like this is for the Vive, this is coming here, this is
has a
Maybe-
date.
maybe that-
very funny, but also not at all surprising that it is coming to the Vive.
I need to go back and listen.
and
'cause
not the Rift.
I mean, he said something like, "We want to help you make the right platform choice," or something about
What?
that. Yeah, 'cause we were talking over, but I caught just a little bit. I need to go back and.
I mean, there's got to be some sticky issues around making a product for something that you were actively involved in litigation against, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe
they
that
might
is
not-
frowned upon.
They might not actually be able to do that.
Right.
Lawyers,
I
they
don't
ruin everything.
Yeah. Yes. So kind of see how that ends up, I guess. But what are the odds you think they announced that that'll come to PlayStation VR at Sony tomorrow?
What?
The Fallout.
Fallout?
I could see them doing the Doom thing more easily than the Fallout.
Yeah, the way that game ran to begin
Yeah,
with,
no
like,
way.
no fucking way. Because don't forget how much more performance you have to squeeze out to make something work in VR.
Yeah.
And we already know that the Neo won't be there, and the Neo wouldn't be allowed to do just only on the Neo.
Yeah,
So
definitely. So yeah, still batch of fascinating things. Like they brought a lot more. Like no mention of Battle Cry.
Right.
Yeah.
The Evil Within and the
those
rumors did not bear out.
That stuff.
Doesn't mean those
But
aren't ever going to happen, but they were not part of this lineup.
I mean,
I think if you were an Evil Within fan looking for like horror stuff, Prey might give you a little bit of something.
In 5 years when that actually comes out.
And like, would they have shown those Evil Within cosplayers if it wasn't like an active thing they were hoping for?
I mean, they definitely want to cultivate an
that
audience.
studio still exists, so
Yeah.
there's plenty of time for them to make another one of those if they wanted to roll something out like that next year. They could very easily do that.
And Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
That lady.
Woo! What?
Very excited.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. Yes.
Very passionate fans.
Mm-hmm. We love the passion.
Yeah.
Hashtag Skate 4.
Yeah. No Skate 4 at this press conference either. So we're 0 for 2
still
on
got a
Skate
few
4.
couple
Yeah.
Three more.
Dream keeps them alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the last press conference?
Sony.
Sony. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Get boys on the phone.
Yeah. You got to make this happen. It's third party. It's literally your ballpark. Come on.
Last Guardian on the shelf for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just cancel it. Who needs it? Yeah. If we put skateboards in it,
Yeah.
giant skateboards.
Give that cat thing a skateboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Sunglasses. That's what it wants.
Yeah, so I guess that's Bethesda. We didn't see any Blink-182, but so we did not answer the important questions. But
Somebody's going to be periscoping it right now, right?
Yeah, no, but they're doing a ton of interviews and other stuff, so it's they're running that kind of show. So maybe after that, Blink-182 will play, but I don't think we're gonna wade our way through all those interviews just to get there on stream.
What if Jamie Foxx was there?
What if?
Yeah.
See, if they had Quake Champions like playable, it would make a lot of sense to get that exact crew.
Yep.
Just move over.
Like you're
Toss 'em
already
across town.
just come on over here.
Whatever. That dude is passed out on Zac Efron's couch right now.
I like to imagine
He's got work in
they
the
didn't
morning.
know each other at all before this, and now they're like good buddies.
Yeah.
And then the Skyrim the Skyrim remake.
Oh, God, yeah.
That did happen.
It looks
Definitive.
really
what do they
good.
call that?
Special
edition.
Special edition.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
Console
Yeah.
mods,
Just like-
It's a lot of
not that
environments they
surprising.
showed. That was kind of it.
That's easy money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super easy.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of continuing the trend from Fallout 4 of like them looking at all the most popular mods and then just doing that in the game.
Sure. Right. Yeah.
That would have been a nice one, maybe to like do like a tour in VR, and like that world is kind of
Sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see
So you
that.
swing a lot of swords.
Yeah, if they're doing Fallout 4, why not, right?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't say anything about new content in this, right?
No.
So I wonder how many people that put 200 or 300 hours into that are going to come back and do it again.
Like, I never did any of the big DLC packs. I didn't do the Dawn Guard or the Morrowindy one.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe I'll go back for that stuff.
Yeah.
And no like free PC.
But that's, if you have the PC version, you can make it look better than that to begin with.
Can you like with a bunch of mods?
Yeah.
Better?
Yes.
Oh,
That looks pretty
definitely.
good.
Dude,
I've
there's
seen
some really nice. There are some amazing Fallout 4 graphics mods out there now too, like that vegetation mod. Like people do amazing stuff with
How
those games.
clean are the faces?
So clean.
Okay.
The cleanest faces.
Okay, then yeah, I'll be in. I heard some like real just nasty stuff about the mod stuff, about people just swiping mods for the PC and just starting to sell them.
When they did
all
the
that
paid mods
stuff was,
thing, a lot that was a big part of that day that the paid mod stuff was up, or a couple of days there, where people were just taking mods that weren't theirs, throwing them up there, charging money. A lot of really crazy stuff. So.
Blink-182.
Are we going to be able to see Blink-182?
They were interviewing
It just is an
Blink-182.
ad, so it looked like they were
once-
being interviewed.
Yeah.
Maybe once the ad is done, we'll get to.
God damn it, Emily, kill that dude so we
What do
can
you think
watch
about tanks?
Blink-182.
Yeah. We love tanks. Don't like UFOs though.
So that is the deal? He doesn't like UFOs?
I don't know.
No, he
abducted?
does.
Yeah.
The guy,
like-
and I think that's why he's out of the band. Is
see
the rest of
Blink.
the band was not on board with his love of UFOs.
Yeah.
Sure, let's hear it. I'm going to hear
Check
it.
that out. That looks really cool. All the stuff here, I think that it's really exciting with the VR stuff that's coming out. And I always love playing classic games on handheld devices.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds
Great,
good. Well,
great
I know
interview,
You guys
great.
have a concert
Yes, you do.
that you're going to be putting on, so we don't want to take up too much of your time. But obviously, guys, thank you very, very much.
Missed everything.
182.
Well, they're still going to
Right.
play at
Guys.
some point.
All right, we're going to take a quick
Don't
break.
let the new guy
take a look
talk.
at the Fallout Far Harbor trailer. Then stay tuned because on the other side, we're going to be
Travis is
joined by
getting old, huh?
Bethesda's Todd
What's that?
Howard
Barker's
to talk
getting
about
old,
Fallout
huh?
4 Skyrim.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
the trailer.
I saw. I was like, he's got some years on him.
All right, well.
All right.
Okay. All right, well, what's that?
Informative.
Yep. All right.
All right, well, I think that's going to do it. Unless anyone else has any other reflections on Bethesda. That was a nice show. They had a nice show last year. Like they're hitting a nice pace.
I think
got their spot.
Stuff. It's good. Like if they do this another year after that, like that's a good thing for them as a publisher.
Yeah,
they keep up this pace.
Yeah, if there's an E3 to have a press conference at in 2 years, or whatever.
There are publishers that have been doing these kinds of conferences for years, and they still can't seem to quite get it to go well.
Or just their lineup is too all over the place. I mean, and, like these guys, that card game, whatever.
Right.
Sure.
Like it's maybe it's fine, maybe it's not. I'm not really in a position to say, but. So it's not like every single thing they're putting on stage looks like an absolute banger, but they've got enough big stuff to definitely command the time and attention that they're taking here at E3. Like I think that they're absolutely doing well with this stuff. So good on them.
They're a player.
Yeah.
You made it. You made it, Bethesda.
Spend all that Skyrim money on something.
Yeah. Blink 182.
Yeah. Now it's all gone.
Oh, fuck.
All that money's gone.
Yeah.
That's why they're making the remaster.
Right, yeah.
We need to do it again.
So we will be back tomorrow morning. That is going to be an early one because we're going to be kicking off with Microsoft in the morning.
8:30 or 9.
I'm going to look on the website here. 9 is when we will start because I'm pretty sure they're starting at 9:30.
All right.
They teased New Colossus.
Put this on the screen real quick.
Wait.
Do you have anything else open?
Something for Twitter, a screenshot of.
So
Doom 4 with the delete after it is really fucking good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Whoever fucking made that, fucking bravo.
And it's the release date of Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Asterix is for New Colossus.
The fucking caret H is quality shit right there.
That's pretty good
That's fucking awesome.
Yep.
And was New Colossus the rumored?
I don't know, but that
stuff?
sounds like it could be.
Yeah,
It's got
New Colossus.
it's got no date on it, just
New
like
Order,
the other stuff does. So,
And it's Underwolf 3D.
Well, we'll see next year, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only you can get into that directory.
I know.
Yeah. God damn.
See what's in there.
The Doom
What's in
brackets are pretty
BethNet?
good too.
Where's DedSec when you need them?
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll talk more about DedSec. They have a lot of free space on that fake hard drive as well. That's
really well.
That's really.
Some MP3s on there or something.
Yeah.
On the stream, I guess that's a photograph. So.
Oh, it's a photo that's not, it's not on the stream?
Drew says it.
Not on the stream.
I thought the stream.
They did the loading
thing.
thing.
No, not this.
This part of it.
Okay.
I see.
The edge of this was on the stream.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Drew's saying this was not on the stream.
What is this from?
He's saying it's a photograph that was.
It's a photograph or a Photoshop. I don't
Right, or who knows?
All right. So
Right.
then we don't.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
The veracity of this, maybe.
DedSec is out of the
Doom
game.
4 thing is too good. That's too good.
It's really
too
good.
Explain the Doom 4
that's so
thing. I don't
good.
get it.
So
What is it?
back in the day, certain terminals, I forget exactly what it was, but
That's Control H, which was delete on certain old terminal
and I
stuff.
think and on newer keyboards, if you hit delete, it would show up
It
as
would show up as
because like
that.
The joke in the 90s internet was like you would type something out that you wanted to delete and then put a bunch of caret H's after it because you tried to delete it, but instead it just made a bunch of
Yeah.
It's a good joke.
It's
That's
real
a good old ass internet
And the name of the
That's
fourth
a
Doom game
great
is
old
Doom.
ass internet.
Right.
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
it was
Doom.
Doom, but it was announced as Doom 4, and then they just made it Doom.
Yes.
So like
Oh shit.
everything about that is fucking great. We'll be back in the morning for Microsoft. I guess they're going to kick off at 9:30, so we will be here at 9 to talk about the Xbox One S. And Dead Rising 4, I guess.
And some State of Decay 2 shots leaked.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Art or something.
I like State of Decay 1.
All right.
Yeah.
All kinds of zombie stuff.
I'm excited to see what a bigger version of that game looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably a Forza game.
Yep.
Sure. And hopefully Crackdown. Crackdown better than
something.
anything.
Something.
I hope so.
Scalebound?
Something. I don't think Scalebound.
No Scalebound.
I bet we'll see Scalebound.
Trailer.
I bet we'll see Scalebound.
And then after that, there's Ubisoft, and then Sony.
And then Sony.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
then,
good.
Yeah. So we'll be back Monday for all of that stuff. Thank you for hanging out with us. Please come back tomorrow and check it out. We'll be here for Weed 3. We have to erase that. New day, new chalkboard.
Oh, I think we just add on to it for the whole week.
Yeah.
I think Weed 3 is the mascot of this show.
Yes.
We'll see how it goes.
I think you just let it go for the week and see what happens.
I was just going to write taxes.
We can still do that. There's still room.
Just add on.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll be back in the morning. See you then.